What's nervousness?
You know that feeling when you're sort of clenched,
I thought that was constipation.
or more clenched than that?
So you mean every day before I go into work?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember work. That was fun. I used to hate it. Did I mention I was retired?
Because I'm not jelly at all. Not at all. Not even a tiny little bit.
No, I can imagine. I'll tell you what, it's great being retired. Like my itinerary tomorrow is gym, go to the gym, then maybe sort of go and get a coffee or something. That might be fun. Right, I'm keeping refreshing the stream, Twitch, to see the stream comes up. Twitter says it's up.
The event list is just one event today. That means the event list wars can go on for eternity.
Wait, we're playing Shadows of the Tomb Raider for 6 viewers?
Hype.
You're all Lara Croft.
But I can't pull off those hips.
Oh, you can.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. This is episode 1 of The Common Company. We are The Common Company. We will start today with our DM giving us some information, and then we'll do our introductions. So, Ogre, any forefront information you would like to get out?
Hi, my name is Pobza, and I don't play Fortnite. Right.
Someone's echoing.
It's
Yeah,
Ogre.
That's me.
Ogre, you need to mute your Twitch chat thing.
Yes,
audio.
I've ruined it already. How's that for professionalism? I've ruined it.
We're not even 2 minutes in and you ruined it already. Might as well give up and go home now.
Yeah. Right, some introduction. I'm Ogre, and I shall be your benevolent GM today. Benevolent and kind. That's my bit done.
Okay. So then,
we can just tell everyone who you are and what your character, and a little bit of background.
We have an order, so
We do?
the order will start with where's the picture? God dang it. Okay. So this is the party, and we will go from left to right. For those of you who can't see this yet, Crow, that means you are starting. Crow, you are in the spotlight.
I hate this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Cleric Ebenfeather. You can call me Eben. I am a Tengu, so I am a little crow person. Hello. Wave, wave. My hobbies include drinking, eating, and healing you when you're all about to die. Sufficient, or do we require more?
No, that's fine.
No, if that's what you got, that's what you got.
That's good. Yep.
Okay, next up is
You.
Me.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, I am Schmerdis Aldu. I am a half-elf ranger. I was raised in a guild by my mother. I don't know who my dad is, and I shoot you with arrows. Also, I have green hair. On to you, Charlotte.
I am Mitra Loomis. I am a half-elf sorcerer. That's all I want to say because I'm nervous.
You got a cat?
Vidi.
I have a cat. It's Fluffy.
All right, video.
It's me, Video, also known as Horatio, and I won the Victory Royale, and that's why my character has a fire axe. That's all.
Very nice. Pickles?
Wait, am I just saying my character's name or my name?
Both, preferably.
Introduce your character.
Higgles, my character is a Rakyaj. He's a drow. Dark elf. Rogue. Fled from
Then we got-
Underdark to be an adventurer.
Cool. Cool beans. And Iron.
I am Iron, or Uldrock, a dwarven alchemist who is definitely the best beer brewer around. Unfortunately, not everybody agrees, so I got fired.
And there we have the party. The Wardens of the Valley of Leeson. The Valley of Leeson is a long valley between granite cliffs which soar many hundreds of feet into the air. It's a very fertile valley, famous for its wines and glass making. The glass is made from the obsidian and granite that's harvested from around the bottom of the valley, around the bottom of the mountain walls. It's going down the centre spine of the valley is a long road that leads from Castle Leeson to Trade Town. And it's down this road that we can see two carts. On the front cart, leading the way, is a quite burly human with an axe and a shield, looking furtively around for dangers, but possibly because he's an orphan. Riding on the front cart, we can see a grey-haired or lilac-haired elf. Her cat sitting next to her, cuddled up, obviously because she's an orphan and giving her comfort. The two carts are led by the biggest horses you have ever seen. They are massive, Shire horse-sized horses. I've lost my picture now. Behind them, on the second cart, is the dwarf sitting there next to his big barrel. He's a bit glassy-eyed, but he's also behind him is a crow, slowly and steadily sneaking sips out of this barrel with his mug that is tied to his belt. And behind them all, we have a drow elf who is in disguise, hopefully, and a half-elf ranger keeping an arm back. You're approaching Trade Town, which is a huge town at the mouth of the valley next to the forest. The forest is pretty impenetrable, and it's it's really ancient and really overgrown. On the route into Trade Town, you've got a small gate on this side because there's not really much trouble this side. The worst thing you'll actually come across is a goblin, and you're on your way here just to deliver some messages and wines and things from the castle and things you've picked up on the road leading down into town. When you're approaching the small gate, when a large shape steps out in front of you, its huge wings blocking the gate in front of you. His scaled arms are massive and thick, but his left one ends in a huge brass hook. His dragonine face is looking at you. You're late, he says. Whoever's in front.
Who was in front? I don't remember.
That was video. You've been you're about to go through the gates into Trade Town, and a huge dragonine shape has just stood in front of you. He's humanoid shape. He's got two arms, well, one arm, two legs, and a huge brass hook. Also dreadlocks. And he's just accused you of being late.
I'm going to tell him, no, you're late.
Well, I can't be late. I work here. I was on time. If I was late, I wouldn't be here to tell you you're late.
That is the way of the road, comrade.
Have you got much to bring in? You've got a cart full of trade goods and things like that. Just bring.
We got horse-sized horses.
We've got your rooms booked at the Old Bones. You just got to come in. We'll unload the carts for you, but we have got a favour to ask you. The Old Bones cellar is actually full of rats. We need you to go and clear them out, because that's a cliche for every beginning adventure. You have to go and clear a basement out of rats. It's just the done thing.
Rats.
Old Bones
I
is a
hate
large
rats.
is a large inn on the just inside the the main, or this back gate, which would be a main gate into the town. It's there really. It's where anyone coming in and out of Trade Town into the valley goes to have like a last drink to settle up and get rested before they try and get onto the main road through to wherever they're going into the valley. But it's also where the road wardens go. You've got rooms there. You can go and freshen up and trade. There's generally a market outside if you wanted to go and do any trading there. But other than that, it's just pretty much like a police bar. They even do donuts there, so you can. Yeah, I just had a message from Iron, so I can hear you playing with dice. Don't worry if I'm playing with dice. Just don't get phobia about
The
it.
nerve.
Doesn't mean you're about to. Yeah, it doesn't mean you're about to die. Don't worry. It's if I suddenly go, yes, there's a 20. That's when you got to worry. Hook the brass dragonborn lets you into the town and guide your horses over to the stables where they are untacked and fed. And a group of half-orcs come over and start to unload all the goods from the back of the wagons. And you're in the front of Trade Town. In front of you is Old Bones, the inn. There is a market there, lots of stalls, but they're selling basically farmers' things, fruit, veg, that sort of thing. It's not really sort of a big arms market. It's a trade market. And we shall start in the initiative order with Crow, who's probably sitting there, maybe singing away to himself, a bit glassy-eyed. So we start with Crow and work our way across. Hello?
Crow.
Sorry, so you want me to roll initiative?
No. I want you to say what you're the first person going into town. As you're the first person there. Pretty much, I'm not sure who's the leader of the party, but as you're on the left-hand side and introduce yourself first, I'm going to let you decide with your party what you're going to do. You can go into Old Bones to go and have a look at these rats, or you can go further into Trade Town if you like.
Well, I would like to turn to Uldrog. Uldrog, since when did we become exterminators? We are now hunting rats?
Well, I don't know really. I didn't think this was what we're supposed to be doing.
Neither did I.
I don't know. Whose basement is it? They might offer us a drink afterwards.
Well, now that you put it that way, maybe it is a good idea. What do you say, comrades? Should we go to the bar?
Crow, make me a roll to resist this. It's going to be willpower. Just roll a d20. And tell me what you get.
11.
11.
Do I add a modifier to this at all?
Oh, yeah, add your wisdom modifier to it. Whatever that is.
Sorry, guys, the dice roller is a little too far.
So 16.
16. You are being offered a chance to go down into the cellar of a bar to fight rats. You are not the main fighter here. So pretty much you're going to be stood at the back while everyone else fights rats in a bar cellar. This to you is like Disneyland.
I believe we should take them up on their offer. We should go. We should exterminate this vermin from our fine town.
Pobbs, I'm assuming that you're stringing your bow at this moment in time.
I'm just getting ready. I'm just got arrows ready to go.
The huge doors of Old Bones, and these are big doors. I mean, they're big enough that the Dragonborn could fit through them. They are big doors. As you approach them, the door is slightly ajar, and you see a tentacle coming over the top with barbed underside and a soft velvety top, and it gently opens the door. On the other side of the door, you see a huge black panther-like creature with two tentacles leaning out of its shoulders. The door open for you. The other one has a tray full of drinks. This panther is just sitting there looking at you, tongue lobbing out to one side. This is Anne, the barmaid, the displacer beast. She's pulled the door open for you to let you in. Behind the bar is the huge floating skull of Guru, who runs Old Bones. These dancing lights flighting round his head. In front of the bar, he's got six dancing lights planting round his head, picking up drinks and pouring drinks. And there's another one that's guiding a mop across the top of the bar. In front of the bar, there's a strange statue of an elf, incredibly lifelike. It looks like it was in mid-shout, about to throw a tankard at the bar. It's a very, very lifelike shadow. The eye in the centre of this huge skull behind the bar flits over around the bar, and then it fixes on you all. You feel that your magic items or your general magic is being sort of not sucked out of you, but suppressed. But you don't feel threatened. This is Guru the barman. He runs this place. Over on one side, you see people you recognise, farmers from the towns, local villagers. But there is a group of 7 people, all dressed in white robes with metal belts round their waists. One of them looks in quite a bad way. He's looks pretty beaten up. He's laying on the table, and they're putting bandages on him. He does look like he's in a bit of a bad way. But they're all dressed the same. They're all bald, pretty much unarmed, not armoured or anything. But it's strange that they're all dressed the same. It does make them stand out a bit. Behind the bar, you hear a really sort of deep voice come from out this skull. It's coming from nowhere because there's no lungs or anything to pump air. It is just like this voice hits you. It's, oh, you here for the drinks, the rat problem, or just a drink, boys?
Okay, so being a giant cat lady, I very gingerly try to edge my way past her because she terrifies me.
Yeah, she looks at you. Her tongue licks across her lips, but she does this every time. You know her. She's part barmaid, part serving wench, but mostly she does the bouncing here and kicks out the undesirables.
Do I recognise these people in white, being a cleric?
No. You can make me an intelligence roll. Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get with your modifier on there.
Crow, you didn't hashtag.
Oh, is that your 11?
12.
Right. Okay. You're not.
That was a
convinced.
D10, not a D20. Oh.
Yeah, he's a D20, yes.
He rolled a D10.
Oh, did he? Right. Roll a D20.
I typed D20.
I'll tell you what, I'll roll it for you if you want. Oh, no, here you go. I've only just noticed that die rolling thing. That's cool. I like that.
Okay, so this time I got a 19. 19.
They are not clerics. Whatever they're wearing, it's not clerical garb. It's also, I mean, you can't see a holy symbol on them, but you're getting not a bad vibe from them, but a dangerous vibe from them. As if they, wow, a load of dickheads just drove past my house on their moped. Then go away, start again.
So
you wouldn't want to mess with these guys, you think?
So would I recognize them, being from the guild?
No, they are definitely not from around here. Oh yeah, you was brought up in a monastery, right? Make me a D20 roll with advantage. So roll 2 D20s and pick the highest one.
For Crow or me?
No, for you. Crow, so this is just straight D20s. You're not adding anything to it.
Okay. And hashtag D20. All right. Blah. Okay, I got a 9 and 19.
A 19. All right, so 19. They're monks, definitely monks. Also, from your because you're a ranger, their metal belts are spiked chains, which you don't. It's not something that many religions would actually use, but monks use them quite a lot, and they wrap them around their waist so that they look unarmed, but then they can look after themselves. You can imagine sort of like a Shaolin sort of situation where, you know, your average monk doesn't go out looking for a fight, but you know they're going to be tough SOBs if you needed to fight them. But obviously, they don't look up to a fight at the moment. One of them is definitely in a bad way. Crow, you're looking at this. Oh, Crow and Iron, you're looking at this guy, and you're wondering how he's still sitting up. This guy does look a bit like he's at death's door. They're trying to sort of apply poultices and things to him, but you're not convinced he's going to make it. On the table, they've got their gear. It looks like they've just got in after having this kicked out of them, and they've just dumped everything on the table whilst they look after their mate.
Okay, so here's my question for the DM. Chaotic neutral, do I feel compelled to help this person?
Oh, God, no, it's up to you. I mean, chaotic neutral, you'll be sitting there thinking, well, I could help him. What's in it for me?
I'll approach them and say hello.
They blatantly ignore you. In fact, you even get the impression that they have just sort of all moved in front of, turned their backs so that they have blocked you. They're not blocking your sight. They haven't moved in front of you, but they've just done a very subtle movement, so they are not facing you, not acknowledging you, anything. But as you've moved up closer, this guy, he is ripped to bits. He looks like he's got splinters of wood through him, like he's been attacked by a tree. Behind the bar is Guru's going, wait, boys and ladies, rats, big rats down there. No drinks until the rats are gone. Hello.
All right. Well,
And
So
can someone move Sven out of here?
So,
One of the eyes is hovering around the statue.
I'd like to the people who've just turned their back on me say, so you have no need for a cleric then, yes?
You hear sort of grunts of affirmative there that they're not.
I'll walk away.
The grunts were quite guttural.
so I say to the floating eye. So, did the rats do that?
What, to him over there? I don't know that bloke. They just turned up about an hour ago. I'm just hoping they mopped up after him. I'm sure Anne's not going to mop that lot up. I mean, look at it underneath the table. He's got bits of him falling off. Or do you mean Sven here? He was trying to start an argument, so I had to shut him up. This skull is about 7 foot high. I mean, it's got a one central eye in the middle of it, and these 6 floaty gold red eyes floating all around it. Also, as you've got closer, you notice the bottom jaw is iron, and it's riveted. It's a big square-on jaw with iron teeth in it, which have just been bolted on. It looks like it's been bolted on by a guy who had no idea what a jaw looked like and was doing it by touch.
Okay, so the Panther barmaid is Anne. What's the skull guy's name again, please?
Guru. He's like the wise man of the village almost. Yeah, the barman you got up to go and get the local gist and
Gossip.
the gossip. That's it. Yeah. There's not much that goes on here that Guru doesn't know.
So we just go after the rats then.
Well, if you want a drink and a bed for the night, yeah, really. Yes. You don't have to. I mean, the bar's quite nice and comfortable to sleep in. The rats don't come up to the bar until late at night, and it's not that bad now.
I turned to the party and I asked, does anybody have a bloodthirst for rats?
Sure.
I don't know about you, but I don't drink rats. Or blood.
Well, I do want something to drink, so we should probably take care of them.
You are sort of wondering why there is, like, this huge panther-like creature sat in the bar that hasn't gone down and caught the rats, as it would you've seen Anne kick out half-orcs just by grabbing them with her tentacles and throwing them through the door.
I'm going to ask him to point us the direction to go so we can start working our way down that way.
Okay, he points to the trapdoor that's behind the bar. It's one of his eyes sort of like goes down there and illuminates the trapdoor. You do notice that it is too big, too small a hole for him to fit down. I mean, how he gets stuff out of there is a mystery. He must use one of his eyes to sort of like telekinetically move stuff out of the cellar, because he won't fit down that hole.
Will we fit down that hole?
Oh, easily, yeah. I mean, this skull is, say, 7 foot tall and about the same wide. It is massive and bone white.
I ask him, is there any light down there, or do you have a torch?
He offers to send one of his eyes down with you to illuminate. But as your party, you've probably got lanterns and torches as a general mundane thing.
Or dark vision.
Yeah, most of you actually got dark vision and low light vision, actually saying that. I think the only person who hasn't would be Video. As the only human in the party, everyone else can see quite happily in the dark.
Oh, good. The guy who's got the axe can't see in the dark.
Yeah, the axe does burst into flames and fire.
Oh, yeah, you could illuminate the axe.
Yeah.
While they're having my comrades are having this conversation, I would like to try and overhear to see if the guys in white are saying anything to the guy who's dying, if they're talking between themselves.
Right. Okay. Make me... Right, I want 2 rolls. One resisted and one normal. The first resistance one, which is going to be resisted, is going to be a easy stealth roll to sort of get over there and be inconspicuously listening. And the second one is going to be your listen roll, which will actually be the skill perception. And that will just be a straight roll. But if you can make a stealth roll, which will be based off your dex, I believe. So a resisted one of those. So 2 d20s. We're taking the lowest.
Okay, right. So a disadvantage.
Yes. So it's disadvantage, this one.
Okay, so my dex is 3, but I've also got a hide skill of 2. Does that count towards it?
You're not hiding. You're shuffling over because you're
surreptitiously.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to hide, it'd still be resisted. But yeah, I mean, do you want to try and hide, just sort of disappear behind the curtains?
No. I'm curious, but not that curious. I'm gonna say so. Lowest roll is 14 then.
14.
Oh, sorry,
okay.
no, 15 if it's plus 3 because dex.
No worries. You lean on the furthest part of the bar you can, drinking out of your tankard, quite, just sipping and sort of listening in. They don't appear to have noticed you, so make me the listen roll now, and this will just be straight.
So no wisdom.
Yeah, no, just with your wisdom as well. Yeah, so you keep your wisdom on there. Don't worry about that. Yeah, got that. But it's not resisted or anything. They're not really making an effort to.
16.
16. You hear every word, but don't understand the language.
What? Are you sure?
I am positive you don't understand the language. What languages do you speak? Just to make sure. But I'm 90% certain you don't understand this language.
I have Tengu, Common, Celestial, Undercommon, Giant, and Protean.
Okay, no, you don't. Your Celestial does allow you to sort of pick up the odd word, but it's like the words like and it and things like that. What you do get out of it is that their language, the language they're talking, is coming very much from their throat. So it's very sort of guttural, chesty when they're talking it. Very deep, rumbly sort of language.
Do we recognize what race they are?
They're definitely human.
Okay.
Well, their face is all human. They're wearing what you would now know as sort of like a if you can imagine, I'm trying to think of the people. I already met Shaolin monks. You know their sort of robes, but these are white with this iron chain that's wrapped many times around the middle. So, it's actually making quite a big, thick belt for them. Missy, your cat is at the hatch to this leading down into the cellar, and its hackles are up, and it's hissing and spitting and doesn't look very
Hackles?
happy. Down hackles, his fur's all stuck up.
Oh, okay. Because of the rats, I assume.
Remember, you can talk to him.
I'll ask what's wrong.
It gives you it's very sort of stunted talk. I mean, there's something unnatural down there, rat-like but unnatural.
I'd like to throw a torch in the hole.
All right, okay. Make me just roll me a dice and tell me what you get on your intelligence.
Okay. A D20?
D20.
Okay. I'm sorry, I had nothing, or I had intelligence?
Add your intelligence, yeah. You add your intelligence. This is just a sort of an intellect roll, if you like.
13.
13. Right. Throwing a burning flame into a room full of alcohol doesn't seem the greatest idea you've ever had. Are you sure you want to do this?
That was sort of the idea.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Then this idea seems fantastic. Excuse me, I've just got to get my drink ready.
I would like to look over in horror.
Do you remember when I said that I was going to open a drink for when you derail the adventure? I'm drinking it now.
I have the light spell where I could make an object shine.
I want to point out what's happened. There's the picture at the moment. Crow is earwigging on these people. Pobza and your cat are next to this open trapdoor. Pobza, at this moment in time, has just lit a torch and is holding it over the trapdoor, very gingerly, looking very much like he's about to drop it. We're going to go into initiative order. Crow, you are going to be at disadvantage if anything you do because you're not ready to do this, but you're going to go last because you're already taking action. So the first person to go is Pobza, actually, because I'm going to do the initiative as per the picture. Are you dropping this?
So before I do this, though, I want to ask the barkeep. Is there a well or pump nearby that you can get water to quickly, or water from quickly?
Okay, I'm just going to make a D20 roll to see if he catches on what you're doing, if that's all you're asking. Yeah, there's one outside. There's the village well. Yeah, it's just outside. Wait, you thirsty? I've got plenty of drinks in a minute once you clear the rats out.
But
that's your action. You've just asked him, are you dropping the torch or are you holding on?
Now, just a question for clarification.
Yeah, sure.
Talking is a free action, right? So anybody could jump in and be like...
Everyone can have... Well, no, because we're now into an order. So everything that's happening now is happening in a 2-second sort of like time frame, yeah? So you're at the moment, you're holding this torch over, ready to let it drop, but you've just turned and chatted to the barman who has answered your question. So you've either got the option of now dropping it or holding on to your turn. So delaying your turn and letting everyone else have a go. Normally, your action would have been drop it, but I'm going to let you delay it if you want to.
Now, so again, before I do this, because I want to do this.
Part of me is actually hoping you do.
I want to do it, but before I do it, I ask everybody in the bar, party included, are you guys willing to go get water when I drop this in here?
No, don't do it.
You see the face of this of Guru turns round, and if a blank skull with no flesh on it and a big iron jaw can look shocked, it looks shocked. all the eyes suddenly point at you
Oh, okay.
in a shocked way. It has just turned around. It's all that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I would like to continue my stare at him in horror.
You're staring in horror. Okay. Right.
Seems a bit
Next one on the
excessive.
line
We have lamps.
is Missy. Your turn. It's just asked who would like to go and get water if he drops his torch into the cellar. You've got the option of yes, you'd like to get water, or I'm going to assume everyone is round the bar, but waiting to go down.
But
It's your turn, so what you got to say?
I want to use my light spell.
You are at this moment in time moving your fingers in the intricate motions of magic and calling the magic out of your soul and mumbling the words that will come to which will come to a light spell. You can see the light beginning to move onto your fingertips and starting to glow when he suddenly asks you if you want to go and get water. I was going to roll a d20 here. The light flashes out as the shock of what he might be about to do hits you. So next person, Video. You've probably just getting your axe out, ready to go and kill some rats. When you've been asked, well, I'm just going through. This is all happening in 2 seconds, so we are going through. Video.
I'm going to jump into the cellar.
Okay, right. Video jumps into the cellar. You are jumping into the cellar, yeah?
Yes.
Right, no worries. Make me a dexterity roll. D20 plus your dex. We could have a TPK in the first hour. This is brilliant.
12.
12. Okay. You go plummeting down. Halfway through your fall, you start thinking, "Oh, this is a long way down." A little way further down the fall, you take 2 points of damage as you leap 12 foot down past this ladder into this sort of the little inch of water and spirits that are at the bottom of this carved out area, which is the cellar. There is a squeak and a crack as you land on top of a rat, but you've just taken 2 points of damage from the fall, which I don't suppose is actually going to really bother you much, is it? I mean, as the fighter. We shall move on to Piggles. The scene at the moment, Piggles, is you have Crow sort of leaning back nonchalantly, trying listening onto these monks. Pobser holding a torch over the open entrance to the cellar. You have Missy standing there with her magic about to go full blast, really just about to do something amazing and magical, and it suddenly sputters out and you see the shock go across her face and the horror. And then you see Vapor Leroy Jenkins and leaps straight down there waving his axe and disappears into the hole, and at the bottom you hear a crack. Oh, it's Video, sorry. Sorry. People's names. You are standing next to this bar, remembering that you have got your cloak, which is hiding you a bit, so you don't stand out as a dark elf.
All right, Pickles, what you got?
Have we lost Piggles?
Hello? I'm going to type in chat. Piggles! Pickles, are you alive?
Is everyone else still here? Just check.
Yeah, just I'm here.
I'm here.
That's okay. We can delay Piggles' action and go straight to Iron.
Is your mic not working? Type it in chat.
Oh no, poor Piggles. Okay, no worries. You type in chat what you want to do, and I'll move on to Iron, and we'll see what Iron with his huge wooden barrel on his back is going to do.
Yeah, let's just jump. Let's flip Piggles. Let him try and figure out his mic
Yeah.
and come back to him.
No worries. Yeah. We can delay his action to the end. That's no problem. So, Iron, you have just seen everything as I described. There has been a development with people leaping down into the cellar or person. You did hear a slight squeak at the bottom and a crunch, so there are rats down there, or they're one less now. And you are a barman, a brewer in a bar.
Well, of course, the temptation to just ignore the thing and have a drink is very high.
You can't have a drink.
I would be
Well, yeah,
surprised
yeah,
if
the
Crow isn't
giant
having a
eyeball
drink.
says I can't have a drink, but I have my own drinks. But yeah, in spite of that, I saunter over to the hatch and like, look at the torch. Oh,
Remember, as
let's
an
not do
alchemist,
that
you've
right
probably made things like sun rods and things like that. I've just thought about that. Because remember, you can make basic sort of alchemical products and things like that. So sun rods, that sort of thing.
now. Yeah, I could do that. Haven't done so, but I could.
I would
Like
have
I-
thought you would have made, some of the basic stuff, especially because you have to camp out at night. You would have made things like that.
I'll just tell Sardis, like,
The question at the
there's
moment
probably
is,
better light than the fire.
yeah, the question at the moment you've been asked is, are you prepared to go and get water if he drops the torch in? At which point, Video jumped in past the torch, down the thing. Poor Mrs. Spell faded. She had a bit of spell failure due to shock. Crow is still listening in.
Could I have not rolled for that?
No, I rolled for you because I wanted to see. Don't worry, I didn't make it up. You did fail. You actually rolled a 4. But
Oh.
Yeah, so there's basically two things I have to say. First, to Sardis, like, better not do that. And the second, down into the hatch, like, so, how big are those rats anyway?
okay, Pomsa, no one is stopping you. You can drop your torch.
Can he? I'm next initiative first, and we're not if we're going back round.
Oh yes, so yes, Crow, you're ready to go. Yes, make me another perception roll just to see if you're aware of what's going on. Because remember, your concentration is pretty much on these monks. So
Yeah, so disadvantage as well. Yeah.
yeah, a disadvantage. Yeah, I'm going to give it a DC of 15 at least, which is quite a high DC.
Wait. Piggles hasn't
Wisdom.
gone yet.
Oh
It's,
yeah, I'll let people go in a minute. So.
Oh yeah. Wisdom is it's wisdom for perception. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Did my go? Hello?
Is that dice roller not working right?
Is that
Hello?
Piggles?
No?
That is terrifying.
That is yes, that is absolutely
I got it to work.
sort of. You did, yeah.
Chaotic, right?
That's actually awesome.
He is a drow elf.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the sort of sound I've got pictured for the monks actually. So that's actually not too bad. I might get people just to talk gibberish and be the monks.
Guys, did I do something wrong on the dice
gonna
roll? I got the
gibberish.
same number twice.
No, that's probably right. That's fine. 24. Okay, yeah, you're listening and you're just beginning to think, I've got no idea what they're saying, but it doesn't half sound bestial. Sort of like beast speech or something like that. What the fuck is going on over there? Oh, excuse, what the fookle is going on over there? It really looks like Pobser is in mid-drop with this thing, and you sort of get the impression that he just asked, can someone get him a water or something? He wanted a glass of water. You got that idea?
Do I understand the danger that currently presents the torch and
You
the cellar?
understand that alcohol is flammable, very much so. Yes.
I'm going to
The bar is in the way for you because you was on the other side of the bar. Remember, trying to listen in. So, you're probably not in a position to make a grab. I would say.
I'm gonna cast command on Pobs and use halt No, freeze as my command.
Okay, right. Now, I just need to look up the spell to see what the saving throw is on command.
Well, definitely a will save. So
Yeah, definitely will save. Is it? 'Cause it's only a cantrip, isn't it? Or it's not.
No, it's 11. It's a level 1 slot.
Oh, it's a level 1 slot, right? Command
I
standard.
believe
action.
it's going to be Wisdom save of DC 15.
I'm just curious. This has nothing to do with what you're doing. I'm just curious. Did Crow see video jump in the hole or not?
Everyone saw video jump in the hole.
Okay.
Because if you didn't see him, you would have heard the crunch and the oh at the bottom at least.
Fair enough.
Oh,
probably
did you
also
know that-
noticed the giant lack of video in the current room.
Yeah. Right. You may select from the following approach, drop. Yeah, go drop. Fall, flee, halt is definitely one of them. Right. The saving throw is a D20. With Pobsy, you've got to roll a D20, add your willpower to it, and tell me what you get as your saving throw against this spell.
What was the save? Because I think I failed.
Oh, right. What did you roll?
An 8, but I haven't added anything yet.
Okay. Add it to it and tell me what you get in total. What's your wisdom?
Well, he's not going to get a 16.
I got a 7.
What in total?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You feel compelled to halt, to stop what you're doing. You're now holding this burning torch over the over this gaping hole with poor old Vapor at the bottom looking up very tightly now, but you're with a bemused look on your face. You've got no idea
Still
why
video.
still video. Who do I keep saying? Video. Right. With the fighter at the bottom of the hole, picking bits of rat off his foot. But you have stopped. You are not in the process at this moment. You are not in the process of dropping. You're not sure why you don't want to drop it. You still want to, but you suddenly felt compelled not to.
Do I get to, I don't know, approach him or explain or anything like that, or is that
No,
my turn?
That was your turn. So we're now going round, and it's Piggle's turn.
Pickles, your
Can I
mic working
follow
now?
video down the hole?
You're following video. No problem. How are you jumping?
Sure.
Right. Dexterity roll. Roll me a D20 and add your dex to it. This should be easy for you.
Do you know how to do that, Pickles? Or
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
I got a 9.
Okay. Right. Okay. Video. Suddenly, you're looking up out of the hatchway when it suddenly goes very dark and there's a whistling heading towards you. Make me a dexterity save roll.
Oh no.
Piggles, take 3 points of damage, whatever. And let's hope that Video wasn't holding his axe upright.
I rolled 11 in total.
Right. The ballistic missile that is Piggle smacks you straight on top of the head as you're slightly looking up whilst trying to pick a bit of rat out from between your toes, from on your boots. You take 2 points of damage and are flattened on the floor. You're lying in about an inch of what is basically vaguely watered down whiskies, vodkas, dwarf spirits. It smells foul down here. But Piggles, you're nice and dry. You've had quite a soft landing. Apart from you nearly landed on his battle axe.
I have a question.
Of course.
Did that skull end up going down there or not?
He cannot fit.
The little skull. He said he would send it down with us.
One of his eyes. Yeah, no, he hasn't done that yet. This is all happened. This is all sort of happened in the space of 2 seconds. So we're on to the next round. Pobsy, you're no longer compelled to halt, but you have seen two of your fellow wardens disappear down the hole.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
They haven't
now
bothered using a ladder or a rope or anything. They've just disappeared down there, and you've heard various crunches, little yelps of pain, and now you can hear a sort of bubbling sound.
Isn't it's Iron's turns first?
Is it? No, we've gone back round to... No, it'd be... I apologise. It should be Crow's turn, actually, because we're going all the way round.
No, but Iron hasn't had his second.
Oh, didn't he?
Iron hasn't had his second action.
Oh, didn't he? I apologise. Okay, Iron, get your second action in there. This will be your full action. You've just seen two people disappear down this hole.
Is there a ladder in the hole?
Yes, there is.
Well, then I take the ladder to get down.
Okay, you climb down. It's a bit. When you step off the bottom rung of this ladder, it's quite a nice soft floor. And then you realise you're standing on the pile of your friends, and then you step down into, as I say, about an inch of various spirits and things that are all over this floor.
What a waste of good drinks.
Lining the. Have you got? No, you're a dwarf, so you can see round. Lining the walls of this cellar are racks and racks of bottles.
Racks, not rats. Yes.
Racks and racks of bottles. No rats you can see at the moment, but you can hear them, and it sounds big. Above you, you've got a light source. Popser is still holding his torch over this hole, but you can hear bubbling, and you can see Piggles trying to stand up off of video, who's laying face down in this water. He could be trying to drink it for all we know.
Just get down here. Let's get it over with. Shout upwards.
Shall we end this and just go back to normal actions now? Because I don't think, Pobs, you're going to drop this torch, are you? Please don't.
No, now that I've seen people go in the hole, I am not.
Oh, I wish you'd dropped it, but never mind.
I would have if nobody jumped in there.
Yeah.
Could I just walk over to him and explain to him that this is not a good idea to drop a burning torch of fire down a well full of ethanol fumes?
Yes. You all arrive at the bottom of this ladder. It's quite a sturdy ladder.
Okay.
And you see...
Are we taking the torch down with us?
Yes, you can take a torch down with you, or you got the.
Could I just walk over to Schmierdas and say, Schmierdas, this is not a good idea to combine fire and vodka?
I lean over to him and I say, that was the idea.
I think I've just got your plan. You was trying to kill everything in one fell swoop, yeah?
Yep.
Right.
I would like to shudder.
It would have been quite an explosion. You have all got down there. You're standing, as I say, about an inch of spirits. Surrounding you are racks and racks of dusty bottles. I mean, some of the age in these bottles has got to be, tens of years old. You can hear scuttling in the darkest corners. This room is quite big, though. It looks like it could be an old smuggling area. So you're not sure how far it goes back, but the people with dark vision and low light vision can see for, a good 20 to 30 meters in every direction.
What's that in feet?
It's fine.
Let's say many feet. Many feet.
But I need a number for spells.
There's racks in the way of any spell. Racks. When I say racks, I will say rats in a minute.
3 feet in a yard. A yard is roughly a meter.
Yeah, so that's how many. Don't make me do maths.
90 feet, Blizzard.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Did the barkeep send his eye down here, or do we
Yeah,
have to
Guru
remind
has
him?
sent an eye down, and it's quite happily going, flicking around. Imagine at the moment, if you've played Destiny, it's like the ghost, one of your ghosts. It's flicking around, looking at things, scanning things. Seems to be taking an inventory at the moment of what's there. It's checking nothing's broken. but it is lighting up the same sort of area as a torch would do. It's quite bright.
Could I surreptitiously try to sneak a bottle of spirit or wine?
Oh, make me a dex roll. Have you got sleight of hands or any
No,
of that?
I'm not proficient in stealing.
What kind of alignments am I working with here?
So make a dex roll then. So I believe sleight of hand is dex. Right. Roll me dex roll. And
is this at a disadvantage because I'm not proficient in it?
No, you're not going to get disadvantage on. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, good point. Yeah, I'll give you disadvantage because the eyeball's down here, and he's definitely doing an inventory of what's there, looking to see if anything's broken. I have to keep remembering to look at the stream to see what the dice roll comes up.
I mean, yeah. You just
so 13.
Obviously.
Right, you pick up this bottle, and you dust it off, and it is a bottle of dwarf spirits, the strongest spirit that was made. I mean, this stuff, you don't so much if you drink it, you'll feel like you're on fire, and it is the good stuff. It will strip paint off. You pick it up, you dust it off, and you sort of wonder, why can I read this really well? And that's when you notice at the end of the bottle is this eye, this glowing eye, looking at you.
Hello?
If a glowing eye could stare, this one is. It's got no lids on it, but it is just gazing at you disapprovingly.
I would like to place it back very carefully.
No worries. Yeah, we're out of initiative, but we are about to go straight into initiative. Everyone make me perception rolls.
Perception is wisdom, yes?
Yes.
What D?
D20.
You said everyone. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I got a 10 total.
10. Right, you see nothing.
I got a natural 20.
Critical for Pops.
20.
Critical. Right. Everyone who gets over 15, and Pops, you're going to get a bit more detail.
I got
Approaching
22.
you. Wow. Approaching you from down between the racks, you can see 6 glinting eyes. They are about 3 foot off the floor. Pobbs, you can see that these are rats. They are the biggest rats you've ever seen, but protruding from their fur are various spines and spikes and things. And so, 1 second. Various spines. That's right, Paul's fine. Various spines and things. They are drooling quite heavily from their open maws, which are really deformed. The teeth, the 2 front teeth, which would like normally be the gnawing teeth on a normal rat, are like saber-toothed tusks. And they have got sort of spots and pustules all over them. These things are weeping. There's open flesh wounds that look like disease, where the flesh is actually rotting. Some of their eyes are bright and sparkling, but probably look like they're glowing from inside. They are pretty disgusting things. You wouldn't want one as a pet. Who failed? Who didn't get 15?
Piggles.
I did.
So everyone actually. Oh, so only Piggles. All right. Piggles.
No, I failed as well.
Sorry?
I failed as well, remember?
All right.
I got 10.
Okay, you was all watching Crow getting busted trying to pinch a bottle. And probably laughing inside as he's trying to put it back surreptitiously.
I want to lean over to Video. I assume Video would know this. If he doesn't, I guess we can figure it out. I want to lean over to Video, and I want to ask him if the fire from his axe will light the alcohol, since it's magic fire.
Oh, hell yeah. Yes, it will. Okay. The fire from his axe will light the alcohol that you are standing in very effectively.
Okay. I draw my bow, and I'm ready to take a reactionary shot.
Right, we are going straight into initiative now. So we won't bother rolling initiative. We'll go through the order that's on there. But Crow, you will go last, as you just got busted. Okay. This is all
No
happening while you're
probs.
Yeah. Right. So the first person to go will be, I believe, Pobster, who has just notched an arrow into his bow.
Okay, I scream and shoot an arrow at the farthest one.
Right. D20. Has your bow got any pluses on it? Did we say it had any pluses, or it's just the quiver was the magical bit?
It's just a quiver. I got a 12.
12. Okay. The arrow flies true, thunks into one of these things, and sticks into an area which has got the horns and growths on it. The rat just ignores it totally. You hear the thud of it hitting, and this rat just charges at you, and the others two now charge. They're not sneaking on you anymore. They are running straight at you. Missy,
good.
Your turn.
Can we see how many there are?
There are 3. You're now totally aware of them, and they are advancing on you rapidly. They will be going next.
There are 3. I'll use magic missiles.
By the way, did your cat come down with you, or is it still up the top?
My cat never leaves my head.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Sure, why not?
Not a problem.
So I guess we'll cast magic missiles.
Okay, right. You are a level 3, so I think you do get an extra missile, so you've got 2 missiles. And they already automatically hit. Yeah, 2 missiles, so they automatically hit. So roll me, you're going to be rolling a d6 plus 2 for each of them. So roll me 2d6 and add 2 to the roll, but don't add the d6 together, just roll me a d6.
D4.
D4, sorry, yeah, roll me a d4. I'm glad Aaron's here to put me right.
So twice a d6 plus 2.
Yeah, so I'll take it you're going to hit a different rat each time, yeah? Or are you aiming hitting 2 rats with 2 on 1 rat, or...
The 2 he didn't hit.
Okay, no problem. Roll away.
That, but twice.
And tell me what you get, because it comes up a little late for me on the... Yeah, d4, yeah.
But you said d6.
I did, yeah, and then Aaron corrected me.
So d4 plus 2.
Mm-hmm. Let me just look that. No, she's only level 3. You get one every other level, I thought. I could be wrong. But I don't think it's one every level.
Right, I got a 5 and a 3.
Right, okay. 2 of the rats squeal as these missiles hit them. Let me just double check that. For every 2 levels, so you get 2 at third. It is 2. It's every 2 levels after. It doesn't slow them, but it definitely hurts them. You see the missile strike true right between the eyes, and these things. It sort of like makes them judder a bit, but they are now running straight at you.
Okay. Is that my turn?
That is your turn over. So we've now got Video with his axe. Are you igniting your axe, Video?
No.
Is the right answer, or the wrong answer, depending on how you look at this. You have 3 axes within. They look like they're just about to jump. So it looks like they're about to jump on people now. You've seen 2 glowing arrows hit them square in the face, and a normal arrow hit one, which is sticking quite happy out the first one. Just wobbling there.
Who's in front?
I would sort of imagine that you sort of gathered in a group rather than in front.
I'm going to attack the one that Pobser hit with his arrow with my axe.
No worries. Roll me a d20.
Oh.
And add your strength.
Oh! Natural 20!
That will be double damage on one of them. Remember, you get +3 on hit. So roll me a d8. Actually, no, I'm going to do it the old way. So, what is your strength bonus?
3.
30. What's your strength?
No, 3. I think he said 3.
I believe he said
Oh,
I
3.
said 3.
Oh, right, that's your strength. Oh, thank God. I thought he said 13. Right. Okay, so it's 16 +3, 19. This one is just about to leap, and you cleave its head clean off. And
Nice.
Crow, a sloggy lump hits you square in the chest as you're standing there. It's the head of a rat. And the rest of the rats sort of just like slide into the middle of the party very gingerly. 2 more rats are there.
So two is still alive.
Yeah, 2 more are still alive. So next we have... Oh, my picture's disappeared. It'll be Piggles, I believe. 1 rat's down.
Yeah, I got a dumb question.
Ask your dumb question.
Do I have a weapon?
Yes, you should have a weapon. Everyone got a weapon. So, when we said from the start, so you would have all got a spear, which was with you, and some leather armor. You've probably got daggers as well as a rogue. But you've definitely got a spear because that was given to everyone.
Alright. I
This
charge
voice
one
is
of
doing
these
me.
rat things head on.
Okay, roll me a d20 to hit this thing. Oh, my curry's really hot.
Am I adding anything to this?
Yeah, any bonus you have for strength. So if you tell us what your strength is, we can tell you what your bonus is if you don't know. Top of your head.
Yeah, I got... It'll be 14.
14 to hit. No worries. You stab out with your spear. You don't seem to do any damage to this thing. You've got it sort of hit into into one of its armored plates on the side of it, but it's stopped it short. It's jarred you back a bit, but your spear hasn't actually done any damage as such. But being hit with a bit of wood as you're running at someone will stop you dead. You got 1 more, so now it'll be Iron.
Well,
One of the rats has ground to a halt as he's sort of like been hit by Piggle's spear, but you can see that it hasn't penetrated these plates. One of them was in mid leap and just got his head cleaved straight off in a rather impressive axe stroke. And the other one, apart from a slight burn from a magic missile, looks like it's going to barrel straight into someone in a second.
well, my usual weapon is like explosive drinks, but that seems like an unfortunate choice down here.
You could always drink a mutagen.
I could do that, but in fact, I think I will just resort to stabbing.
Oh, I was hoping you could drink a mutagen. What have you got? Is it a short sword, spear?
Yeah, the short spear we held for being guards.
Right, make me a hit roll.
Nine. Well, that's
9. That's straight 9, yeah, that's it.
yeah, that's with the bonuses.
Oh, right. Okay, which one was you going for?
The closest, but yeah.
Okay, we're going to say you was on the other side. You managed to do exactly the same as Pickles. Basically, you two have sort of like stopped them dead, but you've done no real damage to them. The disadvantage of this, as though you've managed to stop them leaping and gaining the extra bonuses for charging, is that they are now pretty much in front of you. So we've now got to rely on Crow to actually finish them off before they get their attacks in.
Oh boy.
No pressure.
Okay, so before I attack them, I'd like to use my movement to make my way to the back of the party.
Right, yeah.
And then I
retreat.
will try a crossbow attack on one of them.
Roll me a d20. And it's dex because
it's dex, isn't it?
yeah, because it's a missile weapon.
Can I ask something in between real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Should I have added anything to my magic missile thing?
No, because it's a magic spell. You don't get a
Wisdom or
bonus.
15 to hit.
15 to hit. Right. Okay. Yep. You've hit it. Roll me D6 for your crossbow. I think it's a D6.
It's D10. It's heavy crossbow.
Oh, your heavy crossbow. Okay. Roll me a D10. And which one are you going for? Are you going for irons or pickles? Is one.
Which one looks the most damaged?
Irons one is definitely the most damaged.
Irons.
Right. Okay.
9 points of damage. That was a really good roll.
Wow. Okay. You fire a crossbow straight through an eye socket. It comes out the other side of the back of its head, and this thing just slumps down to the floor. It is pretty putrid. There is stuff oozing out of it that you don't want to touch. It's probably spoiling the beer that's on the floor, which you could have lapped up later. All that's left is the one that's Piggles has got a spear in. I'm going to assume it's going to take a snap at Piggles, as that's who's in front of him. What's your arm class, Piggles? Oh, okay. Right. I shall roll a d20. I'll roll a d20 on the. No, I can't really do that then because we're sort of waiting for Piggles to get back as he's needed a pee. Right. Okay. Well, no worries. We can say that Piggles is actually holding it firm, so it will lash out at whoever's on either side. So looking at this, I'm going to say that's either Video or Iron. I'm rolling a d6 here, so 1 to 3 Video, 4 to 6 Iron. 2 Video is going to lash out at you. Right, tiny claws rip down the front of your leather arm, ripping your shirt, but not really damaging anything, but it has ruined the lining of your shirt. You've got a big tear in there. Actually, it's got 2 attacks. Oh, but you've now got a matching one on the other side. So it looks like, you know, these jeans everyone's wearing rips in. You look like you're starting a new fashion with your trousers. And we shall go back round, and now it is Pobser again.
I guess I'm gonna shoot another arrow at the one that's alive.
Make me a hit roll. D20 plus your dex.
Oh, ignore that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I accidentally rolled just a 20 and got a 20.
Well, a 20 is a 20.
I did not a D20. I just rolled 20, so
Oh.
I could only get 20. 16.
16. That is still a hit. Roll me
Or,
1d6 for your damage.
Sorry. 14, not 16.
Oh, what's your wisdom? Is that on top of you? Added your dexterity? Sorry, your dexterity to it.
Yeah, my dexterity made it a 14.
Right, you hit just under where you hit before. It looks like you cracked the armor plate, but it hasn't really done anything else to it. It's might have annoyed. You've given him a headache. If that's a bonus. But as damage wise, it's not really done much to the poor little bugger.
All right.
I'm guessing you're not trying to be friends with. You could have had a pet. Just want to make sure you don't get multiple attacks. No. You have added your attack bonus as well, haven't you, to this?
For the attack roll?
Yeah.
No.
You get. Oh, okay. You've probably hit then, because I think your attack bonus for your standard attack bonus, I think, is probably about +3 now.
I don't. Where would I see that?
It's actually in the manual.
Oh, okay.
Which I am looking at now. It's been so long since I've done combat, I can't remember. I used to know them off the top of my head. Yeah, a ranger gets +3 on your attack roll. So roll me a d6 because that hit now. your damage.
Okay. That's a 3.
He has now got a bad headache and is pissed at you, something chronic. You can see this like green pus just flies out of this thing, out of this wound at its head. It's definitely not badly hurt. It's more just you've annoyed it. Its focus is now on you. Next to go will be Missy.
I do want to point out that Pickles is back. If he still needs to do his roll.
Oh no, he did his roll. We did it for him.
Okay. I want to check in on my cat. Is my cat still bothered about something?
Are in your head. He's not going anywhere. But you're used to this. You've been in combat before with him on your head.
Mm-hmm. How bad does this rat currently look?
If you're talking about damage, he looks pretty healthy, really. He's got an arrow sticking out of him. Or he's got 2 arrows sticking out of him. One of them looks like it's actually done something. The other one looks like it's just annoyed him. But apart from that, he actually, and the pus that's actually sort of leaking out of this hole in his head, he's looking quite healthy. As a diseased rat can look healthy.
I would like to use Touch of Fatigue.
Right. Okay. Roll me a Touch of Fatigue. Let's have a look, see what that does, because you're using all spells. I have no idea what they do off the top of my head. Right. Okay, so you actually have to touch him, and it's a fortitude save for him. That's an interesting thing. Right. Make me a hit roll. So it's 1d20 plus your, because you're going for a touch attack, so it's 1d20 plus your strength bonus.
And their base attack, but I think that's just
And a
one.
base attack, which is probably going to be a 2, isn't it? It's probably about 1 or 2 at the moment.
She probably has, as a caster, is probably a half per level, so only 1.
Yeah, it might just be 1. Sorcerer. I think the sorcerers actually weren't that bad. No, it's still 1. Yeah, it's 2 next level. So just tell me what you got.
That's an 8.
An 8, right. Armor doesn't actually make any difference when you're going for a touch attack. You touch it and you cast your spell. You're pretty certain that something has happened. It looks a bit gazed. Make me a reflex save.
What do I roll?
1d20 plus your reflex save, which will just, if you haven't got it down, then we'll just use your dex bonus, because they're pretty much the same for this purpose. Yeah, it's the speed.
I have a trait that gives me +2 on saving throws. Is this one of those?
Yeah, it should be on. No, that's versus spells. So I don't think it's on reflex. Though I could be wrong. Are you an elf or a half elf? You're a half elf, aren't you?
Oh, sorry, it's not a trait. It's a feat. I chose lightning reflexes.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, then yes, you get to add that. Yeah, so you've got lightning reflexes. That's a good one to have in this situation.
That's a 22.
20. Right. You lay your hand on an area that hasn't got pus or spots or anything. You may probably just one finger. You touch the tip of its ear. And this thing is now fatigued.
Cool.
The only downside of this is to touch it, you've had to move forward 1 step. So now you are in front of Pobster, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Have at 'em, boys.
Yeah. You've now got Video to now swing, and he's the only one who's done some real bad damage to it. Video, you swing that axe. Oh, not if you don't want to. But you can see that Missy has put herself bravely in danger. Your combat senses tingling.
Is the rat still on me?
No. You've 2 rats are dead, I believe. You're onto the final rat, and that's the one that Pobser has been splatting with arrows. And now Missy has just stepped forward and touched it, and its tongue has come out, and it's yawned.
It's X time.
Roll that
I'm going-
d20. D20 plus strength plus 3 for your base attack bonus. I shall eat some more curry.
Oh no.
What did you roll?
8.
Oh. If you rolled a 1, you would have had a chance of hitting Missy then. You swing round with a backhand. You've cleaved it with 1, but this axe is really heavy. You swing with a backhand, and you cut some whiskers off and then chip the floor as your axe smacks into the floor, missing it, but only just. You're now having to rely on Piggles to save you. Piggles has pulled his spear out the dead body of the one that he had it, and is in prime position now to stab this one if he wants to.
I want to charge it head on again.
Roll that d20.
And then, what am I adding on this?
Right, it'll be your strength
Okay.
bonus.
17.
So whatever your strength bonus is, plus as a rogue, you will be adding, I believe it's going to be 2. Something. Let me just. Sorcerer. Rogue. That's Ranger. As a rogue, you'll be adding 2, another 2. So whatever your strength bonus is, and another 2.
Okay, so 19.
19. Right, roll me a d6 plus your strength. So d6 plus whatever your strength bonus is as damage. As you slam your axe into it. Axe? No. Spear.
It's a 1.
What's your strength bonus?
-2.
Right, you use the spear of discomfort to vaguely tickle it behind the ear. You make a slight little cut in it. It was more amorous than anything else that this damage you just did. Oh dear. You're now relying on Iron to save Missy.
Save me.
Is it that bad?
No. It looks vaguely fatigued, but you see it look longingly at Piggles with that sort of, oh, hi. I needed that scratch, thank you.
All right. I'll go stab the rat.
Okay, you're gonna. What spells have you got in your tonics? Are they all explodey ones, or?
I got some. I felt being nice. I have all sorts of non-combat spells.
Oh, okay, no worries. That's fine.
And yes, the alternative is explodey things.
No problem. Right, so you're going to stab with your spear. Roll that d20 plus your various bonuses and strength bonuses.
I hit AC 22.
Oh, nice.
A whole 3 damage.
Right, okay. That's including all your bonuses, yeah?
Yeah, it's not very impressive.
Has anyone got a positive strength modifier?
I do, but I
I
rolled a
do.
1 on the dice.
Oh wait, I don't.
You slam your spear into it as hard as you can, and it skids off the armor plates on its back, but it leaves a green goopy cut in it. It's not very deep, but you have got its attention. You've taken its loving eyes off of Piggles, and it's now gazing menacingly at you. Oh dear. Now, everyone's been attacking with spears and axes, which have got a little bit of reach on them. So I'm afraid, Missy, you're still in front. This just leaves Crow at the back. Now, you had quick load, didn't you? You got the quick loading feat, didn't you?
Yes, I have rapid
So you
reload.
can be, so you can. You're ready to fire again.
Okay, so here's my question. Because I need to kind of visualize where we are. So Missy's in front of the big giant rat. Yeah, I'm at the back.
Yep.
Is there any space between her and the rat?
Not much. Probably a couple of foot. But she's touched it, so it's an arm length.
Okay, so how does the rat look?
Mangy, but still dangerous. There is blood and stuff squirting out of it. Well, it's pus that's squirting out of it. Luckily, most of it's squirting out the side that's not facing Charlotte.
Okay, so here's my question. Can I go up to what's her name again? Idril. As a bonus action, grab her and move back, and at the same time lay down a blasting rune.
No, that would be 2 actions.
That'd be 2 actions, okay.
Yeah. You could grab her straight off, and maybe pull her back. That's something you could do. Because I dare say she's not going to resist, so it'd just be a straight dex roll just to grab her by the belt.
Lizard, what's your class again?
I'm a sorcerer.
Okay, so I think in this case, I'm going to essentially go up front, grab her, and pull her out of range.
Okay, this is a grapple roll, but it's not going to be resisted, and I'm going to give you advantage.
Well, that's up to her, actually.
No, I don't think she's going to resist. She's going to be surprised. Not going to be expecting anyone to be doing this. At the moment, she's probably wide-eyed in front of this rat. So just make me a straight dex with advantage. 1d20 plus your dex.
Isn't grapple going to be strength?
No, you're not grappling her. You're not trying to push her to the floor or hold her down. You're just grabbing her by the scruff of the neck or the belt or the tail that's hanging off her head. I mean, that would be a good one. Grab by the tail and put her. Grabbing her by the belt and just pulling her back. You're not trying to hold on or anything like that. It is just a straight sort of, whoa, get back.
So
if you're trying to hold her arms down, then that would be a grapple, or trying to force her to the ground, which would be, bad and creepy. Then that would be a grapple. So what did you get?
So it's a 16, and I would like to pull her as far back as I can to the back of the pack.
Okay, yeah. You could smash her into a wall if you're not too careful. Okay, what did you roll? Was that the 16?
16.
Okay, no worries. Missy.
I would also like to, if it's just as a bonus action, say to her, Idril, sorcerers
all gone
do
quiet
not
for me.
belong in the front lines.
I had to touch him.
Hello?
Sorry, what?
We can hear you.
Can anyone hear me? I seem to have disappeared.
Yes, I can hear you.
What did you want me to do?
No, I would just like to say,
Hello?
basically, when I grab you, I say, Idril, sorcerers do not belong on the front line of combat.
I think he might have doubted himself.
Oh boy.
Yeah, okay. Oh, did he? Oh, right. Why can't I hear him?
Can you not hear me?
We hear you.
Oh no, I mean Olga.
I don't think Oka can hear us.
Can anyone hear me now, or am I out of this?
We can hear you, Olga. Can you hear us?
Well, he was old, it's only a matter of time.
Okay.
Well, how you guys doing? Zach, Sam, everybody, how you guys doing?
Okay, since we're all just waiting about, in the meantime, does anyone say anything about their character?
I'm green.
I don't know.
I
Are we
go
allowed
with
to
Mark.
know? Are we allowed to know what everyone's like abilities are? Like, are you allowed to know what my spells are?
Yo, nice sneak.
Well, I was just thinking more like kind of backstory, since the people have just joined us in chat.
I know, but I have a spell that I'm like, hey, I should probably tell you about that because it might be
Oh, and
useful
Peter.
for something.
We're in the same company. I would assume we sort of know what each other does, right?
Okay, because I would like, I guess probably mostly Crow to know that I have something that's called comprehend languages, so I understand all written and spoken languages. So I could use that on the people upstairs.
Well, you have the ability to you have like the ability to comprehend every language.
Can anyone
Yeah,
hear me
that.
now, or is that still
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi.
we could always hear you. It was just that you couldn't hear us.
right? What happened is my internet just died. My phone flicked over onto its normal internet, which didn't seem, but I couldn't hear you for some strange reason,
Okay.
which was bizarre. So unfortunately, I've lost the stream, but I still have volume and talk now, so that's better. Oh, I think we just had an OBS issue there on my phone. OBS has infected my phone. Right. What was happening?
I was being dragged by the belt.
I pulled her back to the back of the pack and had a word with her, saying she shouldn't be up there.
Right, no worries. We're not going to make just make me a strength roll just to see how strong you pulled, just for a bit of fun.
-2 for me, so
Right, you didn't pull the back of a belt off or anything, so that's good.
so here's 2 because my strength modifier is a -2.
That's fine. You managed to pull her back. It's you've managed to sort of stump. You haven't sort of like launched her into the wall or anything like that. You've pulled her back. She stumbled back a bit, but you've managed to pull her back behind Pobza, who may have been sitting there thinking, "Yes, I've got away with it this round," or may not have been thinking, or maybe thinking, "Get out of the way before you get eaten by a rat." But whatever, this rat was about to turn and take a snap at Missy and try and take her hand off, when the hand gets whipped out from in front of it, and it now turns and looks straight at Pobza, who was next in the order. So we're now back to now it's the rat, who is going to attack Pobza.
Okay.
What's your armor class? Oh, 20.
Oh boy, that's gonna get over my armor class. That's over my armor class. So
yeah,
that hits.
a 20 always hits.
Yeah.
Right. You're in luck. It's only a D6 damage. 2 points of damage for his first attack.
Oh, what a win.
And the second attack misses. I now need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
Did you call me Mrs.?
Missy. I will probably call you many things during this thing because I get confused.
What am I? D20?
Be lucky that I actually managed to give you with a feminine name.
That's okay.
D20 for that, or
so it's a fortitude save. So roll me a D20 as its pus-filled jaws clamp into your arm.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 5.
Right. Make a note that you have been poisoned.
Okay.
And we are round to the next round. So it's you. This rat has just clamped itself onto your leading arm, the one that is holding the bow. any attack roll you do involving your bow, i.e. shooting or anything like that, will be disadvantaged.
Okay, I'm gonna take my spear and jab it straight down into its head.
All right, I'm going to assume that. I mean, they're only short spears, so yeah, you can carry those on your back. You use your free action to draw your spear and then make the attack roll. Roll me a d20, but you're not going to get your attack bonus on this because you're drawing it and stabbing it straight away. So it's just going to be a straight d20.
I think I missed. Rolled an 8.
The floor is looking very dented at the moment as you crash your spear straight into the floor in front of it. You missed, but then again, you have got a 100-pound rat hanging off your arm, so you've got an excuse there. Next, Missy, you have been dragged gently but firmly back by your belt to the back of the party by the tiny, diminutive little crow.
Yes, I'm sorry. I missed what happened to the rat.
Nothing.
Wait, do I take any poison damage?
Not
on my
till
turn,
next
or
round.
no?
Next round, yeah, you
Okay.
take some poison damage. So this round you're okay. It'll be next round.
What happened to the rat?
Nothing. A spear landed in front of him, which was surprising, but not damaging. It dented the floor a little bit, but it's now got its jaws into Pobbs' forearm.
Okay.
What spells did you prepare? Have you got?
I'll use mud ball.
Mud ball? Why do you keep picking spells? I don't know what the bloody hell they are. Next time I'm picking spells for everyone, so I know what everyone else is. Mud ball. That's going to be in a different book, isn't it? It's not going to be in the ones I've got. Anyone tell me what mud ball does? I'm going to guess that it just hits them with a big mud ball and blinds them or something.
Yes, exactly. Actually.
Oh, I'm assuming then we're just going to roll a d20 and give him a reflex save. So roll a d20 and we'll see where we go from there, because I haven't got those rules in front of me.
That's a 19.
19. Oh, thank you, Crow, for sending me the Google. Right. Okay.
Olga, if that link I've just linked in
Gotcha.
chat for Twitch, if you just type in the spell's name, you can just click on it and it'll come up with it.
So the thing is, I've got all the spells. They're on my phone, which I'm using for Discord. I had this bright idea of downloading like all the spell books off the internet, all the different spell descriptions, and and it seemed to be a stupid idea. I should have put them on my iPad.
If you just, like I said, if you just type it into that Google link that I've created, it searches the Piezo website and it's got all like the various editions and things in. That's just what I'm using.
Excellent. That's brilliant. Cheers, mate. Right, so the rat is now the rat is blinded. You throw a mud ball disdainfully straight into its face, probably even a backhanded throw, as you're thanking Crow for dragging you gently out of the way but not ripping your clothes. This rat is now covered in mud on the front with 2 arrows sticking out of it, some various gouges. It's got an arm in its mouth, which is luckily still attached. There is the beginnings of sort of oozing around the wound as something is getting pumped into it, which is probably unpleasant. You're guessing it's going to be unpleasant. It's probably not sort of penicillin or something it's pumping into Pobbs' arm, but luckily it's still attached to Pobbs, so that's always an advantage. Next we have, as I haven't got a picture anymore, I believe it is Video with his axe.
So the rat's like covered in mud on Pobbs' arm.
No, it's just his eyes are covered in mud. It was a really impressive backhanded shot with this mud ball. My suggestion is twat it with extreme prejudice. And imagine how much damage you could do if your axe was on fire.
You know how you can grab a small mammal by the back of its neck and make it immobile?
This isn't a small mammal. It's imagine a spiky Rottweiler crossed with a porcupine with the features of a rat. Put it this way: if you just befriended it, Crow could have ridden this thing.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to axe it. I'm going to just chop it up.
Okay. Swing with all the venom you can, which is probably a bad swing to turn of phrase. That's what's happening to Pobbs at this moment.
Don't miss.
Yeah, don't whiff. Did anyone remember the film Aliens? Just before you roll this, the film Aliens, where not Burke, where the android is doing the knife thing to Hudson
Bishop.
on the table. Remember that?
Video, you gotta do a hashtag first.
11.
Yeah, I remember that. What about
11. That's it? You rolled 11, yeah?
Yeah, that's the total.
Right. Okay. You smash your axe down, but because you've done you missed on your first one, you haven't got a proper swing, so you pretty much hit it with the flat of the axe, which does. So roll your damage.
Would this just be the normal axe damage?
Yeah, you're basically it's your normal axe damage, but I'm going to do. I need to use a third of it because there wasn't really any chance of you missing. To be honest, it's pretty immobile at the moment, and that was close enough.
There you go. 1.
Right. Okay. You do no damage to it. You do see you do smack it really hard. Pobza, take a point of damage as this axe smacks into the top of this thing's head, driving his teeth further into your arm.
Okay.
Wait, it's natural 1, but this is on like the actual damage roll. Does that still count the fail?
No, it's only on hit rolls and like skill checks and things like that. When you're actually doing damage.
So this was a D8. So does Pod get damaged by it then?
No, he smacked it, yeah, which has driven this thing down and driven it further into Hamish into Pobbs's arm because it's actually got Pobbs's arm in its mouth.
Ah.
So it hasn't let go.
I thought he would
What
maybe
you've
get knocked off.
effectively done is nailed it to Pobbs now. But the good news is, unless it can make a strength roll to pull its teeth out, it can't bite anyone else. So there's a silver lining here.
New pet?
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Right, next we have the mighty Piggles and his spear. The long, thrusty object, as opposed to the choppy object.
How big is this rat?
Imagine a Rottweiler. That's the size of it.
Yeah.
And the answer to your question, Crow, anything can be befriended and trained. It would have been really, really difficult, almost impossible, but everything can be trained.
Does anyone have animal handling or something like that?
That's the sort of thing you're going to be looking at. It could be a bit late to do it now, though.
Could you kindly let go of my arm?
So, Pickles, what are you going to do?
I stab this thing in the leg.
Good call. Right, you're going to make a stab in the leg. There is no such thing as called shots and things in here, but I can understand that you're trying to not force its head anymore into Pobbs' arm, so that's fine. Roll me a d20 with your strength and your attack bonus, please. Think how quick this encounter would have been over if you'd actually let Pobbs drop the torch.
Yo.
And my strength again, I assume.
Yeah, with your strength bonus, yeah. So you rolled an 8, yeah?
Or what?
That's a 20.
Yeah, I
You rolled
rolled
a 20.
It's an 18.
You rolled a 20.
My strength modifier.
Right, okay. So your damage will be 12 plus what is your strength modifier?
-2.
All right, so you do 10 points of damage. You thrust your spear You manage to find a weak point where all its armor plates have been cracked by the various attacks. Your spear goes straight through and straight out the other side. This thing squeals, but doesn't let go of Pobs. Its eyes, the balefire in its eyes, the glowing eyes, fades out, and you have pretty much nailed this thing on your spear. But it is still hanging on to Pobs, and it slowly collapses onto the floor. Pobs, it's going to drag you down to one knee. It's that heavy. But it is definitely dead. You can feel like whatever was pumping into your arm has stopped going. Either it's run out or it was an action that it actually had to think about. And you take, as it's the end of that round, 1 point of damage from the poison.
I can do that.
Right. Iron and Crow, I want you to make me perception rolls.
All right.
Perception is plus wisdom, yeah?
Yep, that is.
I've just read the rest of my character sheet again. I get a +2 on perception. Does that mean I add +7 then? Because it's 5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I got a 17.
17. Okay, excellent. And Crow?
I got a 9.
Okay. Crow, you're still sitting there, standing there sort of basically puffing your chest out, with 2 wings in the air going, I saved someone. I was useful. Irem, you can see Pobs' arm is turning necrotic. It has got whatever's in there is not normal poison. It is magical.
I would like to just, very quickly, surreptitiously take a drink from my water skin bracket.
Okay, yeah, you have a celebrationary drink from your water skin or tankard. Didn't your tankard automatically fill up?
Oh, yes, it did. I forgot. For my tankard, please.
Yeah. You take a celebrationary swig of water from your tankard. What spirit did you want in there? Because didn't it suck spirit from nearby?
It didn't, but we can say it does if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to say because it was actually sucking spirits out of Iron's barrel, but this time you got hit with something incredibly strong. You recognised it straight away as dwarf spirits. This is your cocaine. You feel great. Iron, you can see this damage. It is going to spread unless something is done.
Might want to get rid of that rat on your arm. It's bad for you.
Can I just clarification for Ogre? We never went through proper equipment stuff, but being the cleric, do I get a healer's kit?
Oh yes, you can have a healer's kit. That's fine. And as an alchemist, obviously Iron gets an alchemy kit. As a wizard, Missy, you're going to get sort of basic sort of wizard out things like a bandolier. Even as a sorcerer, you're probably going to have scroll cases and things like that, and pens and inks.
I have the heal skill.
Piggles, he'll have a thievery kit, full of toothpicks. Where the hell was I going with toothpicks? Full of lock picks and that sort of thing. And Bob, so you can have a lucky rabbit's foot or something you picked up as a ranger. And as a fighter, you've got the skull of one of your enemies as a tankard video. And sort of whetstones and things like that.
I would like to ask Video to help me remove the rat from my arm.
You could probably do it quite easily. I mean, you've got, you're just pulling its jaw down. But yeah, if you wanted someone else to help, then, it may be one of the healers just in case you sever something on the way out. You can see Iron has noticed and is looking visibly concerned. So he's actually in a position to help, probably more than anyone else at the moment. And also, he's quite a good healer as well.
And I'm just looking pleased as punch.
Oh God, yeah, you feel a song.
All right. Well, I would like to remove the rat off my arm. So I'm
Are you going to
gonna
ask for
start
help
doing
pulling
that.
it off, or are you going to? I mean, you've patched yourself up. You've got survival and things like that. You've patched yourself up enough in the wild to sort of know how to take a, if something's bitten you, what to do and things like that. So you pull it off the rat head, and you can see these two square-shaped puncture marks in your arm going deep. Another couple of millimeters, and they would have gone all the way through. But the flesh around it is going like a crispy black, and it's really slowly spreading.
Do I know this is necrotic or not?
I'll let you make an intelligence roll because you're used to like seeing, creatures and things that are out of the place in the wild, and probably coming across, things that have. You're a fighter, so you probably hit things like that. So make me just a straight intelligence roll, but disadvantaged.
Should we
Oh
all do
no.
that? So see if we all recognize it or not?
How's a natural one feel? How does a natural one
A
suit
natural
you?
one feels fantastic. You have decided the best thing you could probably do is lick it. Maybe you could suck the poison out yourself. That would be a great idea. I want your head is going down towards it. Everyone make me an initiative roll, disadvantaged, apart from Iron, who is advantaged. Not advantaged, who has just got a straight initiative roll to spot what is going on.
Initiative then, or perception?
What are we rolling?
No. It's initiative. This is to react.
Well, D20
What are we
for
rolling?
initiative.
Just a straight D20. But I'm looking for quite a high difficulty on this one. But you are disadvantaged. So 2 dice, keep the lowest. No add-ons or anything. Iron, you're just rolling 1 dice, keeping.
I got this.
Okay, so no add-ons. I've got a 3.
All right, you're singing a song about a goblin at the moment, and you're feeling good.
Got 14.
Okay, yeah, no worries. You are in time. This song about the goblin sounds great.
Did you say add-on or no add-on?
You're rolling 2d20, Piggles, keeping the lowest.
An 18.
Oh,
An 18.
wow.
That's your lowest.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You sort of not entranced by the song about the goblin. You've heard it before, and it's not a very good one. The ending's a bit shit. And you, as you looking around, just about to tell Crow to shut up, you see Pobbs's arm is looking like something dead. But he's just pursed his lips, and his head is about to bow down towards it. Iron, what did you roll?
A 6.
A 6. Okay. You can see that this thing, he's got this wound, and you're about to. I should imagine you're probably looking in a pocket or something, looking for something which, one of your alchemy concoctions that might be able to help poison. You're looking for something in one of your pouches, so you don't notice this. Piggles, you have one chance to stop him if you want. You can tell straight off this is bad. Well, not so much bad as dumb. So you could probably try and make a grab, which would just be a straight dex 1, or you could yell at him to stop.
His mic died.
Oh,
Just type what you want, Piggles.
we were having no trouble with no good with mics. You're stopping. Right, I need you to roll a D20, a straight D20 plus your dex or minus your dex, whatever it is, and let me know what you get. And in answer to your question, yes, you get leather armor and sort of some general equipment like a rogue kit, which is lockpicks and things like that. But you've got a cloak which will disguise you. It doesn't sort of make you. It's just if someone sort of glances at you, they won't tell that you're a dark elf. But if they have a good look, yeah, they will see you're a dark elf. It sort of fudges your image. You look like a Lara Croft during a cutscene. Yeah, add dex, yep. Right. That's not enough. You shoot a hand out, but you don't manage to stop, Pops. Your lips touch your arm, and you immediately feel this tingle in your lips as you're about to suck this off. When Piggle's hand, Piggle's hand smacks you on the side of the head and pushes your head away from your arm, but you have transferred it to your lips, so your lips are now getting black and crispy a bit, but you haven't ingested any poison. How strong is Piggles, by the way?
Cleric?
-2.
Oh, that's all right then. So he doesn't.
I'm on
Yeah,
weed.
if you'd had an 18 or strength of 18, he could have laid you out.
So how drunk am I?
Make me a Constitution roll. Just don't fail because you're really used to drinking. So, are you really going for it then?
Who's going for what?
Plus
Crow's
you're a
getting-
mod, so
Just roll me a straight D20 and don't roll a 1. That's what I'm asking. Pobster, you realise that this was bad. I mean, you're
6.
standing think 6. No worries. You're coping with it. No one will notice. You're fine. In fact, you're probably quite normal. You've got this gunk on your lips and on your arm. It's probably moving, millimeters a second. Really almost imperceptible. But you can see it spreading, and you know that you've done something a little bit dumb by touching it.
okay. So with a 6, have I noticed this at all yet, or
No. You've just realised that something is going on, basically. So next round, you'll probably notice. You'll be able to see what's going on. The people who are in immediate effect at the moment are Pickles and Iron.
Am I not behind him?
Yeah, but they're the two that are actually sort of reacting at the moment.
What am I in effect of?
What we're going to do is it's going to be Iron, Pickles, then Missy, then Crow. So, Iron, you're up. What can you do to help? Or not help if you're feeling evil?
Well, I can't really do anything to help with someone being poisoned.
Sure, there's an alchemical antitoxin that you could mix up from your barrel.
Sure, if you give me an hour.
Make me a intelligence roll. Do you have anything like survival or have you got like craft or anything like that? A craft that might be sort of brewing?
Well, obviously craft alchemy.
Yeah. Right, make me an alchemy roll. Because remember, you've got all the ingredients with you. You might have something that'll slow it or stop it for a bit.
24.
24. That's excellent. You vaguely sort of think about, shall I cut his arm off? No. You reckon that if he intense, really strong alcohol on it will probably wash the wound out and might stop the spread for a bit until you can get something a bit more stronger. Until you've managed to mix up something from your out of your barrel, which will obviously, as you say, will take an hour. But if you can go and then rest and say, so if you were to all go and rest whilst you mix something up, you could probably get something sorted out in an hour. But if you could get something really strong, some really strong spirits on it, you would probably be able to stop the spread.
Well, in that case, better do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. You and Crow, you are aware that Crow is drinking out of his flask and he is singing. So chances are, you also know that Crow knows the best alcohols that are around. So he'd probably be the best person to ask to find some really strong alcohol.
Hang on, just checking for the name again. Evan, stop drinking that and pour it on Sardis's arm.
oh, why?
This is sacrilege. I take it Iron's going to tell you why. Is he? Do you need something strong?
Yeah, need something to disinfect the rat bite. There's plenty more to drink later.
You are well aware that this will probably clear out old age, not just the poison. It'll probably clear out, old age, rheumatism, everything out the wound.
Okay, so I take it at this stage I can now act.
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay, so obviously being cleric, being a healer, I will go over to him and I'll do a couple of things if you don't mind. So what I would like to do is
We're not in
first.
initiative anymore. This is not combat, so we're just doing normal actions now.
So first, I will pour some of the excellent stuff from my water tankard, quotation marks, down his throat.
Down his throat?
Down his throat first and over his face.
Oh, okay. So you're splashing over his... So your first action is to go over and throw a drink in his face?
Yep. My next action is to take a giant swig.
Okay.
And after that, I would like to splash some on my own face, pour some over his arm, and then attempt to, with the alcohol in my own mouth, to prevent me from, going necrotic, to then essentially suck out some of the rat bite's poison.
Okay, so you're going to... Right, okay, Pomza. Ebon Feather appears in front of you and throws a drink in your face. It stings like hell. It absolutely stings. He hasn't explained why he's done it. He has just thrown a drink in your face. Iron told him to pour it on your arm. He then takes a swig. Are you quite happy with him throwing a basically, something that's like 90% proof whiskey in your face?
He's the healer.
Okay.
I'll let it happen.
Can you suck with a beak?
You lap, I suppose. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm going to say yes, just for because it'd be really awkward if I couldn't.
I'm going to say no, actually, because you've got nothing around there to create suction.
Okay, so this could complicate my plan slightly then. Okay, so what I'd like to do then instead is just essentially pour it over his arm and begin squeezing both sides of the wound really, really hard.
Okay. You see the
kind of like
puff.
Super Indian burn hard.
Right. It's effectively you throw a drink in his face and then torture the poor bloke. No problems. This stops the spread of the toxins. You can see it bubbling out. Crow, it touches you, and you get a mental image of like a half demon pregnant woman in your head. Make me a D20 roll. And I've got to look up a name just in case you actually pass.
15. Do I add anything to it?
Yeah, you can add your wisdom as a cleric.
20.
Lamashtu, the mother of demons. Or mother of monsters, not mother of demons. This is a deity. And so what did you get in total?
20 total.
20 total. Right. Okay, yeah, this is the mother of monsters. She is a demon lord, an actual deity. Her whole purpose is to spread corruption and make the planet right for her monsters to be able to live on. This is perfect for her. You know sort of a bit about her church if you wanted to make intelligence rolls, but this creature has been walked by Lamastu. So, but this is not something that it can do on its own. There has to be a cleric or her followers to do this, and this is very powerful magic.
I've got an intelligence roll of 11.
Okay, yeah, you sort of trying to rack your brains on what their clerics would look like, and the only thing you come into is that their favoured weapon is a spiked iron chain. That's their favourite weapons.
So while I was observing the monks upstairs, did I notice anything like that?
You noticed their belts, but I think only Pobser worked out recognised what they were. Pobser and probably Video would know what they were, because they're the weapons people.
Can I pick up a rat?
Yeah, you can pick up a rat. It is smelly, and in front of your eyes, you can see it is rotting. It's bubbling and rotting as if it's being dipped in acid, but from the front backwards. So you got it by the tail. And this rot is quite rapidly, actually, heading backwards. Like it's gone past the rib cage. It's gone past the front legs. It's It's got to the back legs. It's hitting the tail.
I'm going to put it down.
I thought you might.
Okay,
And
so
it
having
bubbles into nothing.
so having noticed this, I'm going to address the my comrades. Obviously, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
Lord Wardens, this is not a normal rat. I sense corruption of the demon kin here.
I love this voice.
No one going to ask me about that, or
No, they all seem quite happy to.
I'm currently not gonna do much of anything.
You make me a survival roll, because I dare say you probably know to sort of bind the wound, unless someone else is doing that for you. But you know, you probably just bound the wound up and everything. It hurts like, but you are very much aware that whatever's in there, this isn't going away until someone gives them healing. But you're not taking any more damage or anything. So, you know,
Am I adding anything? Am I adding anything?
yeah, you're not slowly being eaten away. But you're now looking at these rats, and they've dissolved in a pulp. That could have been you. You sort of dodged a bullet there, or dodged a rat.
Do I add anything to that?
So, what do you mean? Yeah, go on, add something to it. Yeah.
But like, I rolled for it, right? Do I add any of my stuff to
Oh
it?
no. It's just a straight. You're not under pressure to do it. You know you can keep binding it until you're happy with it, and that's fine. So don't worry about it. You might want some lip balm, I suppose, for your little burnt lips.
I mean, I rolled a 19, so.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. You've managed to, with your offhand, you've managed to do the tie a bow, and it's very impressive.
All right. Well,
You can hear what Crow has said.
Yeah.
Everyone heard what Crow has said, and the fact this thing dissolved in front of you, you are very much on the no shit Sherlock. There was something wrong with these, but Iron, the name of Lamashtu does sort of trigger some things into you that you've recognised that name, and also Piggles, Lamashtu, because I don't know what you know about Drow being sort of like evil elves that live underground. Lamashtu is a deity of the Dark Elves, so you are quite familiar with them and with her cult. I'm taking that Crow gives you some description, and Pobser, you remember that you recognise these belts that they were wearing as spike chains. It's such a rare weapon that it stood out in front of you, these monks up the stairs.
And I'm the only one? Didn't somebody else know?
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry, Video, you would have noticed it as well. It's, as both fighter types, you would have weighed up everyone who was in the bar, and sort of got your threat, who was a threat, who wasn't, what people armed, and the sheer mention of these spiked chains has rung recognition bells in your little heads.
Well, I'm gonna say, unless anybody wants to collect anything down here, I think we should head back upstairs. And
you're giving Crow the option to collect things from down in the bar, so that's generous of you.
Oh, I'll collect something. I'll definitely collect something. What do I see to collect?
Right, you can see that where the the shelf with the dwarf spirits were.
And what's the eye doing from our barkeep guru?
The eye is actually in the entrance because it's seen the fight and would have backed off.
Can I try to steal that bottle of whiskey again?
Yeah, you can pick it up. You pick it up and it's empty. As is the one next to it and the one next to that. But the fourth one is full.
I'll take it.
Okay. Right, you slip it in your bag. It's a stone jug. Really old.
Do I have
Very,
to
very
wait for my
expensive.
turn? Or can I just
No. There's no turns at the moment because you're not in combat or in a stressful situation.
Okay.
Your cat has curled up and gone to sleep on your head.
How effective is the basic healing skill?
It's more for stabilizing someone who's about to get rest and things like that. It's not really sort of something that. I mean, I know. I think the rules sort of say you can heal a couple of hit points, but I prefer to sort of say it's the thing that it's like CPR.
So it wouldn't do anything for what's on his lips.
Oh no, definitely wouldn't. No,
Okay.
no. He needs something that iron. This is magical. He needs something that iron can mix up.
I mean, I've already done what I can by splashing him with a drink anyway.
Oh yeah, he smells like a total drunkard. If he goes outside, he's going to get arrested for vagrancy, probably. That's a joke. He's not going to get arrested for vagrancy. Or will he?
That probably hasn't been invented yet. So.
Does anybody else want to do anything down here?
I'm good.
Well, someone should clean up the place, but that's not going to be me.
Has anyone explained to me about these guys upstairs and that's what they were carrying and they might be the master's
I'm going to
monks?
assume that, yes, there has been a lot of... the penny has dropped with a lot of people.
Okay, if someone's told me I'm actually going to become serious, I'm going to put the tankard back down on my belt.
Yeah.
And from underneath my leather armor, I'm going to pull out a little chain with a little silver chain with a blue, kind of a blue stone emblem of a book with a little blue hand on it, and start clutching it very tightly.
Okay, so you hold hands with your hand.
No, it's the symbol of my order. My order is Iori, and
yes, right. You get your holy symbol out. Who's going up the ladder first?
I will.
You could throw Mrs. Cat up there. They'll be able to see.
No, I'm good.
Right. As an intelligence thing, if something was kicking off up there, Guru would have known about it already. So you're probably quite safe to just climb up the ladder normally.
All right, after you, video.
We'll do that.
I come up last, and I'm still very, very cautious and very tightly gripping onto my holy symbol.
What has the eye been doing this whole time?
Well, the eye. Well, as soon as the combat started, it pulled back out of range.
Okay.
It's still quite a fragile thing. So Guru knows exactly what's been going on down there.
Okay.
But he doesn't know. Obviously, he doesn't know what you've discussed about the mash too. You come up and Guru's there. Oh, you've cleared the rat problem up then. They were bloody horrible. I can. Who's for a drink then? Your rooms.
I turn.
Your rooms
to
are all
Iron.
ready.
I turn to Iron and ask, "Could you start making a curative?"
He's got to stop and do that. That's something you're going to have to do in a because you've got rooms here. You can go to your rooms, and it's going to take him a good hour of just doing that, just mixing and herbing and blending and boiling.
Somewhere that's not in a wet, dank cellar.
Are those monks still in the room?
Only one.
Shit.
I'm immediately scanning for the monks as well.
Is he talking at all?
No, he's just sort of like leaning up against the wall.
Damn it.
It's the one with the bits of wood sticking in him.
Does he still look hurt?
He looks very hurt.
I'd like to go over to Guru and explain essentially what I saw when I touched when the rat blood kind of venom touched me.
Okay, his iron jaw hits the floor with a loud clang, and then he pulls it back up. and he explains that soon after you went down there, the monks paid their bill and rented a room, and then went up to the room. They've left their guy there. He doesn't look in a good way, but they're going to come down for him in a minute. But they've all gone up to their room, which is on the second floor.
Can I send my cat up there to find what room is theirs?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Potters, it grumbles a lot as cats do, and you think I was asleep. I really don't want to. You do it. Food now. But eventually you manage to convince it to go upstairs, and it potters upstairs. Comes down about 5 minutes later, and it says, well, I found the room. Yeah, it's locked door. I couldn't open it because I'm a cat. It's got paws.
Okay.
What did you expect? It's quite, it's a cat. And it leaps back on your shoulder to get back on your head.
I mean, we are road wardens, but are there like a regular guard for the town?
Do you remember you met him?
Oh, yeah.
There's also basically what is a beholder, a very powerful thing down, and the bouncer, the displacer piece, Anne.
Anne still terrifies me.
Yeah.
I would like to go upstairs to their room and listen at the door with comprehend languages.
Okay. You go up and you listen to it. Very easy to find. It's near where your rooms would be. You're listening at the door. You can hear lots of voices, all you sort of in a languages you recognise, but quite far away.
So I don't hear what kind of language it is.
It's common. They're talking now, or is talking in there now, but it's quite a way away. It sounds like they're at the far side of the room.
Okay. So I don't hear what they're saying.
Yeah. Buy my fish. Buy my. Does anyone want to buy this? It's a jug. I've got jugs for sale.
Okay, I'll head back down.
Your wizard yet again has gone off and put herself in danger, but has come down with a plan or
Information.
That's the
Should
word.
share.
Information for sale. Apparently, they're now merchants and selling fish. Are you having a group huddle?
Yes.
I'm just waiting.
Right. Iron can't do anything until he's got somewhere to sit and basically sit for an hour. So you're in the bar. You've got a really angry undead beholder who is fuming. You've got a displacer beast bouncer serving wench who is cleaning tables. You've got the monk of Lamashtu slumped in a corner with his beer in front of him, not doing much anyhow. There are a couple of patrons in here just quite happily drinking and ordering drinks and things. Looks like a normal Saturday afternoon.
Can I order a plate of potatoes?
You can order food, but Guru just looks at you, sort of, you want food now? You've just come out after fighting rats. Your friend is poisoned. You want me to make you some dinner? Okay, that'd be a gold piece. There we go. And he sends Anne off to the kitchen, complaining.
Okay, so after Anne leaves, I'll say, Guru, so you have no problem with the monks of Umashtu staying in your property?
I have lots of problems with them staying on my property, but you're wardens. You have the judicial authority from the Lord of the Valley. I'm just a humble undead barman with phenomenal cosmic powers, but I'm going to rely on you to do your job, I'm afraid. Did you want potatoes?
Yes.
Okay, potatoes for everyone. And more potatoes.
I will have no potatoes with Umashtu's priests here.
Oh, you go, oh, right, good point. And one of his eyes swings round and a green beam lashes out and hits this thing in the back of the head. And the clothes just slump down like Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting Darth Vader at the end of Star Wars.
So, comrades, it seems we have a problem. We cannot help our comrade here of Schmerdis until Ultrog has an opportunity to mix up his brew for him. Yet we are in some form of imminent danger, I believe. So our question is now, what will we do?
Potatoes
I'm
arrive.
not. I'm not in any danger. This isn't in any danger of getting worse.
No.
At this point, right?
No, you are in no danger of spreading whatever they've done by throwing a drink in your face, which apparently is a cure-all for everything. Throwing a drink in the face cures all.
I sarcastically ask, should we just burn down the bar and leave? But then,
If a skull could frown and look at you out of one eye, it does.
I ask if anybody has a plan for realsies.
Only a heathen would burn down this fine drinking establishment.
A free drink appears in front of you.
I say we wait for the potatoes and then pretend we're delivery people, and we go up to their room and get them to open the door for us, and then we interrogate them over potatoes.
To show my comrades how serious I am, I take the drink and I pour it into my water skin. I do not drink it.
Okay, right. That's cool. Right, it bubbles over a bit as your water skin is quite full, but that is quite an intense action for you. So yeah, fine. Is anyone going to listen to Missy and what she knows yet? Yeah, potatoes have arrived as well. You've got mashed, you've got some boiled, you've got some spiced. There's some little Delphine Noirs potatoes there. There's a good selection of potatoes.
Speak Idril, what did your familiar hear?
Well, she didn't hear anything. I heard them. They were talking just common, like just some traders.
They are not traitors.
I heard something about fish.
Not potatoes.
Just fish.
How dare they come to this town and not
through
serve
it.
potatoes?
I would like to throw my hands up in the air and bash my head against the table for a moment.
Does
Okay,
feet get stuck
your
in the
head
thing?
hurts. Yeah.
I mean, we
I'd
could
like to go
up there
through
and
it.
ask them.
Right. As you're smacking your head against the table, you spot something underneath the table next to the disintegrated monk, like a long cylinder.
Do I recognise it? I'm of the rune domain, so I've got spell, scroll, ability
it has
creation.
runes of containment on it, but it's been broken. There's lots of containment and defilement runes on it, as if it was to contain a magical item, probably a staff, given it's about 6 foot long.
I would like to relay this to my friends. Well,
Right. Okay, Crow is smacking his head against the table, and then suddenly goes, "Look over there."
I'll go over and look.
As
do
you
not
get close,
touch it!
as you get closer, yeah, you can see this thing has got runes on it. You're not 100% of the rune, what the runes say or anything, but even without casting detect magic, you can tell this thing is magical. But it's also clerical magic. It's divine magic, not sorceress magic or wizard magic.
Would
Can
some
I,
kind of knowledge be helpful here?
Can I
Yeah.
make a wisdom check or a religion check to find out what I understand about this item?
Whatever one's the highest, actually make an advantaged religion roll, because you've already got an idea what's going on there.
Would
Or
that
what it
be
is.
arcane knowledge?
Is religion just
Yeah,
going to be
arcane
wisdom?
Arcane knowledge, but disadvantaged because it's religious magic, not arcane magic.
Ogre, is religion just going to be plus my modifier for wisdom?
Yes. I've just noticed my Twitch screen has died. Come back.
Video.
So 16.
16. Right. Okay. You one rune and Missy, what did you roll?
I don't know what to roll.
Oh, roll a d20, but you got disadvantage, so roll 2 d20s and just add your int bonus to them. Because some runes are universal. You don't know how to carve them, but you've seen them.
Oh, actually, I believe if it's a written language and I spend 10 minutes on it, I can comprehend it because of what linguistics ability is part of rune domain.
Yes, that is true, but that's pretty much what you're rolling for. I didn't realise you had that, but yeah, that's rolling. But you've got advantage already, so you
Did I
wouldn't get
need
any
the
extra.
lowest or the highest?
The lowest.
That's a 12.
Up 12. Okay. This is very powerful magic. Crow, you recognise that this is this thing was designed to not only contain a magical item so that its power wasn't leaking out, probably a staff of some great power, but it also was to defile a magical item, so to turn it from its origin. So whatever was going to go in here was immensely powerful and probably intelligent as well, and was definitely a staff. But it has been broken. Something has hit it very hard enough to crack the runes to make it useless. Have I gone quiet again? Hello?
No, you.
Oh,
No,
well,
You're good. I'm just thinking it over.
oh, God, blimey. Suddenly it went quiet, and I thought, oh,
Lots of thinking.
macho thinking.
Do we have any other jobs after this, anyway?
Oh, yeah, you got to go back to the tower.
We could deliver our stuff, right?
Yeah, they're reloading your wagon for tomorrow morning when you leave. First light to travel back to the tower, the 5-day journey back to the tower, your carts with your 2 horses, which you haven't named yet.
I would like to
did.
linger by the stairs and just keep an eye out for the door upstairs. See
Okay.
if anything happens.
I'm quite happy to say that it is the doorway at the top of the stairs. You can see it from the bottom of the stairs. It's getting late afternoon, and you can see sort of lights underneath the door.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to Guru. I'm going to say, Guru, I have noticed that there is runes of corruption on an item lying there on the floor. Have you noticed these individuals with a staff?
Yeah. Well, yeah, one of them walked with a staff. Yeah, he.
How many people
It's
are in
strange.
here other than us?
There's quite a few. There's a lot of patrons, people you recognise. There's also this statue of Sven, the village drunk who was about to argue with Guru, but got turned to stone mid-throw.
Guru, I believe it is for best if you send your patrons away quietly.
Okay, he looks at Anne, who wanders over to the door and just yells, "Get out!" And everyone gets out and shuffles off. They're used to this sort of thing as a warden's bar.
I'd
Comrades.
like to go upstairs and knock on the door and say I have a delivery.
Okay, you knock on the door, just a little tap, I suppose. Make me an intelligence roll. Just a straight intelligence roll.
I can still see all this.
Oh yeah,
from
yeah.
downstairs.
Anyone can take an action whenever they want to at the moment.
I'm going to go up, so I'm now able to view the hallway that they're currently in, and that
You can
video's
do that from the bottom of the
starting.
stairs. Pobser is at the bottom of the stairs looking up, so you can stand next to him.
I will
But,
do. How wide is it, though?
It's wide enough for a 7-foot skull to go upstairs and change the linen.
So
How
more
does a
than 5
7-foot
feet.
skull change the
Oh,
linen?
gotcha. A 7-foot skull. So,
I need to look something up. One moment.
what did you get on your intelligence roll?
5.
Okay, yep, this is the best idea you've ever had. You knock on the door and there's no answer.
Go tell them that it's potatoes.
Absolutely no answer. Have you got the potatoes with you by any chance? Just want to know
What?
what you got in your hand. I just want to know you got in your hands. That's all.
The potatoes.
Right. Okay. So you've got this tray of potatoes. No problem. That's fine. There is no answer at the door at all.
I'm going to tell them that they're free potatoes.
Right. They're free potatoes. That gives you no answer either. They're obviously not interested in free potatoes or potatoes.
Do we still hear the voices inside?
Are you upstairs?
I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
Can't hear anything from the bottom of the stairs. No.
Okay.
So we've got Missy, Crow, and Pobs are at the bottom of the stairs. Video outside the door. Iron and Piggles, whereabouts are you?
Eating potatoes.
Eating potatoes. Right. Okay, so you're sat down. You're at the bar, stuffing your face. Piggles?
But I'd like to add that after that, I want to get a room to make the.
One from my guy in the bathroom.
I can't understand Piggles
He's in
anymore.
the bathroom.
He's gone to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, Pickles is in the bathroom then. No worries. It's an outhouse. It's out back. You go out back. Make me a perception check. So that's the perception skill, which I believe is a D20 plus your wisdom, and plus any skill modifier you've got for perception.
Four, apparently.
Four. Right, no worries. He finds the toilet, the outhouse really
That's-
well. It's even got loo roll in it. That's fantastic.
That's video's roll.
Oh, that's video's roll.
Oh, that's not who you were asking?
No. I was asking Piggles because he's gone outside to the outhouse.
Oh.
Oh, my roll. My bad.
Yeah, I think we have to do something about that filter. We can make.
We
sure
need to do, yeah, we can barely understand you, Piggles.
Yeah, I can't understand you at all.
1 second, I'll get rid of it in a minute.
He said I'll get rid of it in a minute.
Oh yeah, no worries, no rush.
Hey.
Everyone can tell me what's going on.
He also rolled a 15. I don't know what his
15.
wisdom modifier is.
Okay, Piggles, you go out by the outhouse and you
this
walk
better?
under this this rope
Yes.
that's hanging from the second floor. It's all walk straight through it. You push it out of the way and you go into the outhouse.
Motherfuckers.
Is there some kind of window that I could send my cat up to like look inside?
You'd have to go outside to do that. So
I'll do that. Sure.
okay, yep. You go out there. There's a rope hanging down past the door out of this open window from their room.
Can I climb up there and look inside?
Oh, make me a climb roll, yes.
What would that be?
There should be a climb skill, which would be a strength one. So if you haven't got the skill, then just roll a strength plus your just a D20 plus your strength modifier.
Ogre, real quick.
Yeah.
What was my attack bonus?
+3.
Okay.
That's 7.
7. Right. You see you in various films you see the gym class where they these teen rom-com films where the nerd is hanging on the bottom of the rope and just vaguely swinging whilst trying to climb. Imagine that with an elf with a cat on its head. That is what's happening.
This is just like real life.
Yeah, but you're swinging. If people are looking, if you go wee, no one's gonna pay any attention. But you're swinging outside a bar.
I'll send my cat up instead.
Who's our rogue again?
Your rogue is Piggles,
That
who's
would be me.
who's in the loo. Your cat goes running up the stairs and is outside the door with Video, who's desperately
No, I
tapping
mean,
on
like,
it.
let him climb up the rope.
It can't climb up a rope. You could throw him.
Sure.
Roll me a d20. No, it'd be a dex. So 1d20 plus your dex modifier. Actually, no, you won't get your dex modifier because it's an improvised weapon, so it's a straight d20.
18.
You throw your cat through the window.
Oh, no.
Video, you're sitting there and you're tapping on this window. I got potatoes for you. Lovely, lovely potatoes. Who would love my potatoes? When you suddenly hear this wow, thump, on the other side of the wall. Missy, you get the impression of cat swearing, and then the feeling that you're not going to be able to sleep for a week due to this thing keeping you awake.
I'm sorry, Mimi. I named my cat Mimi, by the way.
Oh, yeah. If you hadn't named it, I was going to call it McRib.
No, it's Mimi.
Right. You then.
Did I hear that? Did we hear that from downstairs?
Yeah. You heard the "Ow!" thump into the room, and then outside you can hear frantic apologies.
Okay, I want to run outside.
Okay, you can see Missy hanging on a rope, catless, vaguely swinging, and looking not downtrodden but berated, like something is yelling at her telepathically.
I would like to ask her to get off the rope and let me climb it.
Right, okay, make me a climb roll.
Be my guest.
Okay. And I'm adding my skill modifier.
Oh
to
god,
that,
definitely,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And dex. Or
It'll be strength because you're pulling yourself up.
Okay. I rolled a 9, but I add, so it's a 14.
14, no worries. You pull yourself up. You get to the top of the thing. This
Sorry,
rope.
15.
15, no
Sorry.
worries. You get to the top of this thing, and you just pull yourself over the top when this cat leaps at you and sticks its claws in your face,
Oh, good.
and then promptly lets go and runs off. It was expecting Missy to come up.
Am I still holding on to the rope?
You're still holding on, don't worry. You was at the top of the ledge, but this cat has just attacked your face.
I grumble
hang on,
and crawl in the window.
Missy,
Oh.
can you make me a fortitude saving throw for your cat, please?
What? D? What?
A D20, please.
Plus what?
Plus nothing. I've got that. It'd be +3, but
18.
18. Your cat has not got necrotic poison, so you're fine. But you are thinking, you suddenly had this feeling of, gotcha, you cat. Oh, sorry.
Where did he run off to?
He's gone and sat on the bed now, and he's licking its backside.
Okay.
As only cats can, with disdain.
So what do I see?
You can see an empty room. There, it looks like it's been not lived in, but it's been used. But at the bottom of a few of the beds, you can see these white robes just dragged over the beds.
Wait. They left the robes behind?
The bastards.
Disguised themselves?
Okay, I go up to the door and I unlock it, take Video's potatoes, and close it.
Video, you're stood there with
You evil
your hands
bastard.
out, looking bemused with no potatoes.
I reopen the door
Right.
for him.
You can see the door opens, and everyone now who's there, apart from obviously Missy and Pickles, can see that this room. Imagine a hotel room where if you're staying in there, and you've been in there a couple of days. It's beginning to get a little bit lived in, but it's not quite sort of well used.
Okay.
And there's a cat who is just glaring daggers at everyone.
Seeing the immediate danger has passed, I'll release my holy symbol and I will take that drink that I poured into my flask earlier.
Right. Okay. Free drink tastes great.
Can I run back inside and go upstairs?
Yeah. You run back inside and go upstairs. Everyone is now in their room.
Apart from Pickles.
You can see they have definitely been here, and they've been here obviously a few days. But you can see that there are 6 robes just thrown over the edge of one of the beds, and there's various sort of lockers and drawers that have got trinkets in and things like that, but nothing sort of nothing that you wouldn't be carrying. There's nothing sort of as you're going through drawers. They haven't got a big the A to Z of evil deeds or anything like that book in there. They've just got general travelling gear. But what you do notice is that they've got a lot of travelling gear, lots of different sorts of robes and things like that of different styles. It's sort of like you would all have a style, like Missy would be having sort of loose fitting long robes and that sort of things. Crow would be having sort of things that are wipe clean. Piggles would be having sort of stuff that doesn't jingle and things like that. So you could generally sort of say, oh, that's their style. They have got almost disguises.
I would like to yell down to Piggles from the window
Yeah.
and ask if he would like to throw the robes in the toilet.
I will.
Yeah, you probably need
the-
something to wipe with, yeah.
Are
Have you
the
finished yet, Piggles?
I am just about finished.
Before anyone touches anything, could I do some kind of investigation to make sure there's nothing here that's dangerous to us?
Yeah, pretty much there isn't anything. As I said, there is nothing in there that you wouldn't expect to find with travellers.
are those belts still there that they had?
No, that is the one thing that's definitely gone. There are 7 beds and 7 lockers, but all of the lockers, even the old one which was probably belonged to the poor disintegrated guy downstairs, has been sort of checked. They've been gone through.
Lamashtu is demon goddess of corruption. I suggest we take all of these items and burn them.
Something you notice, there's nothing of value. No gold. Whatever they've done, they've taken of value. They've just left nondescript stuff. Whilst you're doing this, there is a sudden and really, really loud clap of thunder. And you can hear almost the whole town, the bustle and noise stops. There has not been inclement bad weather or even slightly bad weather in this valley in hundreds of years. It's part of the magic that is created for this valley that keeps away bad weather. So there is enough rain to water the crops, but there has never been a thunderstorm in living memory. But a loud crack of thunder, and then the heavens just open, and you can see that the sky is just bubbling. It is just, the clouds are boiling, and the thunder is just ripping through, and there's lightning just crashing down all around. And everyone who's outside, Piggles, is getting seriously wet. People are running inside, except for into the Old Bones Tavern because they've locked the door.
See, I knew that sitting around eating potatoes was the best idea.
Yeah, someone else's problem.
Are there any maybe tracks we could follow from underneath the rope? Or is that being washed away by now?
5 minutes ago, if the rain hadn't started.
I ask if anybody wants to do anything, or if not, I suggest we take a rest and see if this goes away.
Call it a
Okay,
night.
that's fine. Yeah, there is a thing that you are not in the best way. I mean, you're probably thinking I might need another drink in the face soon.
Yeah, we could call it a night so Iron can do his brew thing.
Right, you call on Iron, who comes up and starts making a brew. Iron, make me an alchemy roll to make antitoxin.
Sure thing. Should be doable.
Antitoxin is really basic. So basically, as long as you're getting double numbers,
Yo.
you've done it.
Holy crap!
29.
29. Right. You make this antitoxin with added lip balm, which has got a colour of Pobbs's choice. And also it's thick enough that it'll actually plug the holes. And you manage to make 2 whole doses of it. So you've got a spare dose.
I told you I was an expert.
Well, damn.
Anyone who is standing around to want to make a roll to see if they noticed that Iron was surprised how good this turned up? Or...
What would I roll?
No, it's a joke. He is a very good alchemist. Just not the best. He's good at blowing things up. You slap this stuff on before you turn into the night, and it just feels amazing. Not quite as good as the drink in the face, but it feels good. You know, your lips, it's nice and cooling. I don't know what colour you picked, but you slap it underneath the bandage as a poultice, and you can feel it tingling in a nice way.
Cool. So then that's it.
Yeah.
No more necrotic.
No more necrotic. Is anyone going to do any healing of any sort on the various people who got damaged? Are you going to spend the night here and go off in the morning, or are you just staying long enough to get this poultice done?
Well, it's been an hour, right? Because it took him an hour. Is it
Yes.
still raining?
It is absolutely bucketing down. And you can hear people now down in the bar, he's let people in, mumbling about how unnatural it is. Also, lightning has struck a couple of areas in town which are now burning. One of the things it struck is the main city gate, not the one you came in, the main city gate, and that has come down and blocked the road.
So you can't get through there now.
You can't get through there. It's only the back gate which appears to be open. Actually, from this window, you can see the back gate, and you can see the brass dragonborn Hook hiding underneath his wings as he's standing soggily in his gate, gazing up the road, wishing they'd give him at least a box or something to stand in, or maybe an umbrella.
Oh, hold on. Wasn't he copper early in the day?
No, he's brass. He's been brass all the time. If I said copper, I apologise. I didn't mean copper, but I thought I said brass.
How are people looking health-wise?
Oh, fine. Just soggy.
No, I meant what's their HP and relative to where it should
Oh, sorry.
be.
No,
Did
I thought you
anyone
meant
take
outside.
damage?
I'm 20 out of 24.
I'm 20 out of 23.
I'm good. I didn't take any damage.
If you got 8 hours rest, you wouldn't need to cast any spells.
Okay, so there's turns they can still use their hit die anyway. So
Oh, God, yeah. If you think about it, people are probably just, this is sort of mildly bruised, this damage.
Yeah, I feel like if everyone just gets a good night's sleep, it's over.
I think Piggles attacked Video the most, and that was the most damage.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think that the city's on fire. That we've got at least 5, because there were 6 originally, unknowns with a cursed magical staff running about the town somewhere. I think this probably isn't something that should wait until tomorrow morning. I mean, there's only 2 of us that are injured, and even them, not so much.
Well, Video's hurt. We just don't know how much health he has.
Remember that the 2 fighters, going down 3 hit points is nothing for you. That's a flesh wound. You'll be bragging about this, more than anything.
So what do you propose we do then, Crow?
Just one thing.
How would we follow them?
What time are we going to finish? We finishing?
Next hour.
Next hour, no worries.
Hour? Okay. Not going till 5?
Well, 4 or 5, and whenever Ogre sees an opportunity to.
Because I was thinking this is actually a good point, because I have to admit I'm getting brain fried at the moment. But we're also at a good point. If not, I can run the next encounter. That's no problems. But I might have to move rooms in a minute. That's all.
You also have to get angry at Tiny for a bit, because he's probably not done his homework yet.
No, we've managed to get him to do his homework, thank Christ, so that with less arguments. So this was actually quite a good thing. We can do the next encounter. That's no worries.
So I was thinking, we've got a ranger, we've got a rogue. There's no way for us to try and locate these people to investigate the gate and the fires.
Yes, you. There's 2 gates. One of them that's on fire, and one of them's got a soggy dragonborn standing in it. So effectively, you could yell out the window at him and not even get wet.
I could try and track them, but I assume the rain is almost, if not totally, washed away any sort of tracks.
It's going to be tricky to track them, but then there is only one road.
Oh, well, that makes things a little simpler.
Either side is farms and things like that. If they go into the farm area, then they're going to make tracks through wheat fields and things like that.
We could follow the road and look around as we walk.
But obviously the valley is a dead end. If they're going into the valley, they are heading somewhere.
Okay.
That's not random running, that's heading somewhere.
Everybody good with going out and following these people?
Yes.
I think we should.
Which gate are you heading to?
The one with the dragonborn bite first, to ask him what he's seen.
Okay, so you're going out in the rain,
yeah?
Okay, you go out in the rain. It is horrible, almost oily rain. It is disgusting. But luckily, the dragonborn has got his immense wings over his head, which is provides a roof. And you get up there, he's grumbling like mad. He does not want to be out here, but he's also not happy about this. I mean, he's a long-born, he's got a long lifespan, and he's never seen thunder or lightning. Something has gone wrong, but he's pretty much been here since the valley was first colonized, almost.
What was his name again?
Hook. Captain Hook. Or maybe not Captain, that's stupid. Lieutenant.
I guess we
Ask him
asked
what's
him.
up. Yeah, has he seen any people come out of the window of the bar?
He didn't see anyone come out the window, but 6 people came running past him probably an hour and a half ago in a huge hurry. They ran up the road there. Didn't like the look of them. They smelt weird. He's got a huge
6?
sense of...
Not 5?
I thought there was this. I've actually got in my notes 6.
There was 7 in total, and then
Yeah, 7 in total. That's what I thought.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and 6 of them have gone running up the road, and they were running. They were hoofing it,
Hook.
but they paid the toll. He had no reason to stop them. But he's never seen a thunderstorm. The last thunderstorms he saw in this area was before the Badger Man and the Lord sanctified the valley.
Hook, was one of them carrying staff?
They were all carrying walking staffs. Yeah, one of them was. One of them was carrying. Most of them were carrying like fighting staffs, but one of them was carrying a real old sort of tree stump of a staff. Very gnarled, very gnarled looking, like a piece of wood.
which way did they go exactly?
Straight up the road.
Guess we follow.
Hook, these are very dangerous people. If you see them again, do not let them pass into the town.
Why? Well, I need a reason.
They appear to be monks of Lemashtu, mother of demons.
Right, you all learn some new swear words. As he leaps into a tirade. Some of these swear words and actions appear to be impossible to do biologically.
I thank him for his time and start walking down the road.
You leave him basically swearing and stamping his feet. People heading back into the town, but they're people that are like farmers and the workers and everything trying to get out of the rain. You travel down this road. The road is like flagstone topped, but the people who are heading towards you, you've got no concerns over. And you arrive at one of the first way stations, which is it's like a little, imagine a bus shelter sort of thing, but they generally have someone there. There's no one there at this moment, but you can see someone running towards you, waving his arms, absolutely panicked. And he's yelling something. As he gets closer, he is yelling, "Lich, Lich." There's a Lich, and pointing down behind him. I also want to point out that you've left your carts behind.
We left what?
Your carts.
Oh yeah,
You're on foot.
didn't want to drag that. Or
Oh.
well, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's got the
Assume
supplies
not.
on it stored, and they need to be unloaded and such.
Yeah.
This guy comes up towards near you. He's looking ragged and bleeding, and he's out of breath, and he's just pointing behind him and yelling. They got him. They got everyone down there by the water next to the I can't think of the irrigation ditch.
I hurry
wardens.
my pace.
Your wardens,
I
get
hurry
him.
my pace with a.
The Lich dragged
bow
him into the
drawn.
into the water. Iron and Crow, make a roll, intelligence roll.
Well, that was good. 21.
21.
10.
You know what, Iron, you know what a Lich is, don't you?
Wow. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I also know that we can't possibly fight those things.
Yeah.
Evil. Powerful.
Are you going to tell anyone what a lich is?
Oh, yeah, sure. Like an immortal undead who just keeps coming back if you kill them.
Lovely.
And therefore, issue. Sorry.
What?
A bit of an issue. Like they keep coming back to life if you kill them.
Perhaps our goal should not be to kill the Lich, but to separate him from the staff. That was a cursed item that was sealed, and I believe so for a reason.
No, what the staff. If you read this right, the case was to corrupt the staff. The staff isn't corrupted. So chances are the staff is good. This case was to destroy. Was probably to corrupt the staff to the will of Lamashtu.
But now that it's broken, is it still corrupted?
No, it looks like there was nothing in it. So whatever the staff is not in there. So they must be carrying it.
Should we head over there?
What are we gonna do? We just kind of chase it away, or take what it like? What do we do with it? If there's no.
So
point
you
in
have
killing
made your ways basically down this thing, haven't you? Down this road.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone make me perception checks, but with disadvantage.
Rolling a d20?
D20. Plus your... I can't remember what it is. It's Dex, isn't it? No. Wisdom.
$14's my lower roll.
Okay, no worries. Anyone
the
else?
lowest.
10
I should probably
and
do
11.
a D20 instead of an S20.
It'll be a 10 for me.
10, no worries.
Shit. I got a
14 as well.
14.
4.
4.
Got a 4.
Right. No one... What was the highest pick we got? 14.
I think so, yes.
Okay. You are surprised. Something comes barreling out of the irrigation ditch next to you, and there are 6 of you. So I will ask one of you to roll a d6 for me. Just one person.
Do it, Crown.
Yeah. And tell me what you get.
5.
5. Right, Piggles. The leech comes jumping out of the swamp water or the irrigation ditch towards you.
Wait. A leech? Not a
A
lich?
leech. Yeah, a leech.
Oh, I thought you said lich.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I thought you said.
Stupid
I wondered why it went
dyslexic
quiet.
villagers
I thought-
asking for help.
Right. Okay. It sails straight on a roll of a 1. It sails straight past. This is going to be so anticlimactic now. It sails straight past the front of your nose, snapping at your nose, and then plops into the irrigation ditch on the other side, into the water. Then floats to the surface.
Are we rolling initiative?
No, it just killed itself. I rolled a 1 and then goes a 6, so it killed itself.
Nice.
Well, that encounter lasted a long time. This thing bobs the surface. It is bloated with fresh. It's fed very recently. It is absolutely bloated and full of
Wait.
blood.
Wait. I'm confused. Is there a lich or a leech here?
A leech.
Okay. Because I
The
thought...
villager was mistaken.
Okay.
Schmirdis, can you track where this leech came from? Perhaps there are more?
You can sort of gather
try.
that. Yeah, it was down the road a bit. Now you're looking. You can see a couple of bodies of the people who would normally be in the in that sort of bus stop thing, the way station. There are 2 bodies, sort of floating face down in the water, wearing the colours of the local farm, which would have been it would have been Elf Moon Glass.
Okay, so my question now becomes: there are two bodies. How old are they? Are we talking like
You've
within
got to go and get close. I mean,
within a few rounds for death saving throws,
Oh.
or
definitely. You can also see that they are husks. They have been sucked dry.
okay?
How big is
Oh.
this leech?
So I assume there's more than one.
At this range, maybe. You can't see anything.
Can we?
If I look where the leech came from and look at the tracks, do I see anything else
It
besides
swam up.
that?
It swam up the irrigation ditch with the water.
All right. Well, I won't see anything
Right.
in the water.
You do see a leech. You see it getting closer. You see it getting very close as it sails through the air towards you. Oh, don't roll a one. Oh, for God's sake.
Did you roll another one?
Right. There is a sickening squelch and a pop as this thing hits the front of your armour and bursts. This thing has just sucked 8 pints of blood out of someone. And you are now very, very aware of just how much fluid 8 pints is. It's not as refreshing as the drink to the face.
Well, there was more than one, everybody.
You could jump in the water and clean yourself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Jump in the water.
It's raining.
Yeah.
It's raining. Also, the leeches came out of the water. I'm not going to jump in the water.
So how much is a pint then?
Are there more?
Not that you can see. There are the two bodies just floating in the water, both dry, but this one definitely had a whole body's worth of blood in it. The other one didn't burst. It just cracked its head, but it was very bloated.
Well, I'm just going to remain cautious, just in case.
Right. Okay, yeah, the rain is quite successfully washing the blood off you and off your armour. And the lightning is crashing down. I want people to make me a perception check, please. An easy one.
Which is what?
Just a D20 plus your wisdom and plus perception if you've got it.
I got a 20.
15.
Oh, a natural 20. Do we have a natural
15.
20 there? 15, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, everyone else can see up to a point when I will just say, this is what you see, Bob. The lightning is hitting the ground sort of randomly, but it seems to be hitting one area in the woods, seems to be getting hit repeatedly. Pobza, there is an area that is getting absolutely hammered. This is totally unnatural. It's as if some force is aiming at a specific area in the forest behind you.
I relate
As if
relay that to everybody.
If nature itself is attacking an area.
Yeah, I relay that to everybody.
Oh, and also the other thing, there is no fire. Whatever it's hitting, a lightning strike in a forest should catch fire. There is no fire.
I suggest the fighters go first.
Right. Now for a little bit of background. No one enters this forest. This forest is the home of the Badger Man, who is the druid who was one of the founders of the valley. No one enters there. Or it is off limits. That is one of the unwritten rules of the valley.
Not even us.
But obviously, well, yeah, not even you. But unless you are pursuing, every so often you've had to pursue a goblin into the outside, but you've never seen lightning or a storm of this magnitude or any sort of storm in the valley before. And this is like the finger of God trying to squash something in there. So if there was ever a reason to be able to go, but your initial reaction is sort of, whoa, I'm not supposed to go in there. Pobza, you would know that there's a druid circle in this forest. That's what the Badger Man is, a druid.
Are druids in here like in D&D like the ones in WoW that they can like take the form of stuff?
Yes, they can, but very often they are just the keepers of the wild.
Okay.
You know, a lot of you know. I mean, I did put this in the initial thing. The Badger Man is the one who creates all the buildings and the wooden, the earth dikes and everything in the area. He comes round, and when people don't even realise, they need another building, they will suddenly wake up in the morning and there will be an extra building there that has been pulled out of the very earth itself. And people leave offerings for him, the next night, and they disappear in the night.
Do we have the knowledge that this guy's like super high level or something like that, or
He must be, but he's never seen without his staff.
a gnarled wooden staff?
Now you mention it, yes. And also, he's about 7 foot tall.
Well, good. Him and Pickles can see it eye to eye.
Yeah.
I assume that.
You height discriminator.
I assume everybody's good with going forward toward the forest, sort of slowly.
Before we go, I would just relay my kind of concerns that essentially they've got a hold of this guy's staff, and this guy wouldn't have let go of that staff without a fight.
Well, hopefully he'll help us.
Luckily, you have a ranger who will be able to track get to this forest. I mean, this forest is very thick. I mean, there are animal trails, so that as a ranger, you'll be able to find them straight off. They're no problems. Fungorn Forest in Lord of the Rings. Picture that. That's the sort of image you need to have in your head. Though soon, hopefully you'll have another image if Anne has. Did Anne send you all the pictures, Pobbs?
She gave me all the pictures that she said that I needed.
Right, okay. There should be one in there that you might need in a minute.
Do you know what the name of it is?
Might be called something like the Grove or something like that.
Okay. No, but we'll figure it out.
There should be... I'll describe it in a minute, and then you'll see which one it is. You very quickly find the trail, Pobbs, and you are following it through. You can see the lightning up ahead and as you get closer, you can hear it hitting not the ground and not the trees, but there is like a twang, and the smell of ozone is in the air. Missy, you can smell this, and this is the smell of magic under attack. Maybe a magical force field or something like that. Some sort of shielding spell is under attack, a relentless attack. As you come through the forest, ahead of you see the forest clears out, and you see. Hopefully, Pobbs will find this picture in a second. As I frantically go through my notes. Wow, we got further than I thought we would have. Right. You find a circle, a clearing about 100 feet across in a perfect circle, a ring of ancient, massive oaks, the only oaks in the forest. And Pobbs, oaks in this forest are rare. This would be sort of like really ancient trees, but not oaks. Form the compass points on the circumference. In the centre is a tree stump, ancient and gnarled. It has a hole in the top of it. The floor of the area is covered with moss and wild flowers. Hanging over the stump is a large 7.5 foot tall, jackal-faced humanoid. Iron chains are hooked through each ankle and his wrists. The blood eagle has been performed on him, and he is bleeding into a stump. Does anyone know what the blood eagle is?
Is it the thing the Vikings do?
That's it.
Yeah,
exactly
they cut open your spine and pull your lungs out the back of it. So it looks like
They
a
lay it
pair
on
of
your
wings.
back like
And
wings.
his blood is slowly dripping, slower than it should do, down onto this this
died.
gnarled stump. Oh, is it?
Is he okay?
Stream's good for me.
Yeah, it's good for me.
I probably just need to refresh then.
Oh. The blood is dripping down very, very slowly onto this stump, very regularly, but it's not as much as it should, but the amount of blood that's on this stump is not the amount that's dripping out. It's coming out, or if he'd had this done over the top of it, it should be smothered. It looks like it's coming out. As the blood is hitting it, you can see black veins, which look remarkably like the damage that's on Pobbs' wrist and lips, is slowly reaching out towards these oaks. As you watch the veins reach towards the oaks. Anywhere that it touches the grass starts to warp and blacken. You see one of these veins slowly reach an oak, which starts to twist as if in pain. It starts to grow spikes and spines, and a miasma pours out from the roots. Very, very slow. Well, pours and slowly, so that slowly eases from the roots and starts to form around the outside of this oak. And the veins are starting to reach towards another one.
I say, fuck that. We need to burn that.
There it is.
And
Anne drew this on her own. That is exactly what you see. But you also see over in the corner some of the druids who helped Badger Man are nailed to the trees by various they're called, there's like short spears. They're called champagne or something. But basically, they're like little short spears that monks use. Over in one corner, though, you can see some roots that have erupted from the ground straight up in some sort of trap. On there, you can see some white robe and a foot.
Do we notice any enemies?
Just a foot.
No, there is just a foot. This thing looks like someone was standing there and the ground just erupted out from underneath in the tree roots and have impaled him and taken his foot off.
Is there cover enough for like one of us to stealth up to the Badgerman?
There is no cover whatsoever, but these veins are coming out very slowly.
Did the guy that was left in the tavern have both his feet?
No one checked.
Fuck.
Is video
But he did have bits.
warrior?
Yes, video is, and so is Pobza.
Horatius, Schmildus, you must get me to the Badger Man before he perishes.
Make me an intelligence roll, and if you've got any religion, you may add that to as a bonus to it. Any religious bonus to it, Crow. And Iron, you can make me just a straight intelligence roll.
I don't specifically have like a religion as a subset,
Okay, no worries. There is, I
so
think it's
just
under
be
craft,
regular
religion or something, or under profession. Okay.
If it's under craft, then it's +5 because I stuck 5 points
craft,
into there.
Yeah, you have to pick a craft. It's not just craft. I can do anything. You like craft?
Yeah. That's I mean, my craft is essentially scroll creation.
Oh right, then no, you haven't got.
So just just D20, yeah.
Yeah, just a D20, and Iron can do the same.
Wow, 22. This is going well.
Right, this ritual is Lamashtu. This is her punishment to traitors.
14.
14. This is a druid circle. And something bad has happened. And whoever did it didn't like him. This was a long, slow death, but you can't really tell anything.
He's actually dead.
He's dead, yes. Bless his little jackal-headed ass.
Would Iron know?
Actually, Pobza, you recognise this guy as a gnoll, a usually evil creature. Is anyone approaching the body?
Would Iron know if this is booby-trapped? With his role?
It's not booby-trapped. Whatever's happening here, this ritual is solely focused on the Badger Man.
I'll approach.
Okay, you approach. One of the first things you notice, I'm guessing you're looking at him in his ripped open chest. He has got the magic symbol of Erastil, who is a nature deity, wrapped round his neck. Is anyone else way forward? If not, I want you to make me a perception roll. And anyone else who's making their way forward, I'm
Yeah.
going to assume that as you've seen this sort of like necrotic veins before, you're doing everything you can not to stand on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that, even though they are creeping out.
What was perception?
So everyone makes
It is
perception.
D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
26 on perception.
Right. In the centre of this stump, there is a hole in which the blood is just dripping, and it's always dripping in this hole. This hole, if this was a druid circle, this would be where his staff went for to make the rituals and everything that kept the valley going. So as the staff is gone, the magic of the valley is being eroded. And also, the lightning has stopped hitting this area.
I am not strong enough to remove this creature from the from hanging here. I require someone's help.
So was the lightning striking his body?
No. It was striking the trees and everything around it. Or that's where it was aimed for.
Okay.
It's not anymore. It's stopped. But the veins have now reached most of the trees, and as you look round, you can see that this miasma is beginning to spread out from the base of the trees. You've probably not got long in here before you are going to be surrounded by some miasma.
Do I have any idea how we might kind of like circumvent this, prevent this?
Speed would probably work. Some form of running.
No, I mean his blood's dripping into this particular hole. Like, do I have this kind of impression that if we were to remove the blood from the hole or to cover it up, that we would be able to do something?
You know that if that hole is where he puts his, he would put his staff, and that would amplify the magic of his staff. So his staff.
I'd like to splash his body in the surrounding ground with the bottle of liquor that I stole, and try and set it on fire.
To throw a drink in his face.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're going to burn stuff.
Yep, setting everything on fire.
Right. Lightning has been striking the top of this for the last sort of like hour or so. No, 2 hours or so. Doing nothing. It's not likely to burn.
And I will save my liquor.
Yeah. The miasma is beginning to thicken. The surrounding forest is beginning to warp in ways of nightmares. Thorns are bursting forth from these trees.
His body is covered in the black stuff, right? So we probably shouldn't touch it.
Yeah, yes. First to notice that his lungs and everything are covered in these black necrotic veins.
Okay.
I suggest we flee.
Yes.
Are you leaving?
Anybody else got anything?
I could try to detect magic.
You see a bunny in its hole get touched by one of the veins, and pustules and teeth and fangs and spines erupt from it as the thing writhes in agony. It then turns and glares at you. It's quite a way away.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I book it. I'm gonna run.
Let's go back to the tavern and check if the guy's afoot.
Right. You leave the forest at an alarming rate. As you get to the edge of the forest, you can see in the distance that over the town is this miasma. It has enveloped the town. You can see it's going across the top of the forest and just bubbling and boiling and then entering the towers on the town. Even at this distance, when you're quite a way away, you can hear the alarm bells ringing and people screaming and shouting. And down the road, you can see people exiting the town, just fleeing.
So what's up with the town?
Well, the miasma's got there.
Yeah, but is it doing anything in particular, or is it just floating around being menacing?
Well, what it did to a bunny, I'm just wondering what it would do to a person.
Who do we report to as the road wardens?
Your sole report is to Lord Leifson who is the Lord of the Valley, up at his castle. Iron, you report to the cleric, who I believe is one of your relations, who is up that way, but over toward her has his chapel over by one of the mountains.
Iron reports to a cleric.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, to
he
my
does
uncle.
also report to the Lord, but his first port of call is his kin as a dwarf.
Okay.
It doesn't make him disloyal or anything. It's just that it's kin first for dwarfs.
Should we take our cart and horses and get out of here?
Your cart and horses.
How are the horses? Let's start with that. Are
The
horses
horses
still
were in
horses?
the town. Who knows? You're quite a way away from the town.
Okay, so even though I'm currently in disfavor with my temple, do I know of any other temples around here, or
No, the only one is because this area is protected by a druid circle. Is the cleric, the dwarven cleric, who may or may not be a relative of Iron, who has a chapel over in the northeast corner of the valley.
So how many days travel are we away from Lord Leifson?
5 days. Say Lord Leeson and the Badger Man are the protectors of the valley. And the Badger Man is gone.
Yeah, we should probably go there. I think.
I agree. I believe this foe is beyond us at this stage, and we should report as the most sensible thing to do.
Right, make me a perception check. A very easy one, everyone.
Everyone?
Yep, everyone. Because you're all looking around towards Trade Town, which was set in the forest.
9.
No, that's good enough. Well, just
13.
basically don't want to fail. Right. Anyone roll a 1?
I rolled a 2.
Right. Birdies.
I got a one.
You got a 1. Right,
6.
okay. You and Pobs don't really notice anything. You're too busy looking around for threats. The miasma is not leaving the edge of the forest. It's pooling around there, and it's almost as if it's trying to leave the forest, but it can't. Something is holding it in. Unfortunately, Trade Town was built in the forest mouth between two sides of it, and so got smacked bang in the middle of it. But the miasma is not being able to enter the valley. It's like something is holding it back.
Like a protection spell?
A protector, maybe, yes.
Do I sense any divine magic?
No, but maybe if you're suddenly aware of just how little you know about the valley. I mean, it's obviously you've always sort of taken things for granted that the day will be nice and warm, and that the fruit will grow and be big and juicy, and that the wine will be tasty, and that the glass that is made in the various glass blowers is going to be strong. That everything was you've taken for granted. It's like the internet. You're immediately expected to be there, and then suddenly when it's gone, you're like, how did that work?
Can I use detect magic?
As the spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. The forest glows evilly as magic, but as religious magic, as clerical magic. Various people's equipment glows. But you do get as you always have done when you've done this spell, but never really pay much attention to it, there is definite sort of magic in the air. You get the sort of, you're aware of it now that you're definitely looking for it.
Okay. I share this information.
Right.
It's magic in the air.
So, common company. It would seem that going back is not an option, but should we go down as far as we can to assist the townsfolk, or should we simply go now to leave Sun?
I want to point out that you are road wardens. Your jurisdiction is the road and the valley. The town guard were in charge of Trade Town. You're sort of like the person you report to was not the mayor; it was the lord of the castle.
Right. So our responsibilities are essentially not
The valley. Yeah, your jurisdiction sort of ended nominally at Trade Town, though you were expected to sort of help out, but you don't. It was always sort of assessed that you're sort of like Interpol sort of thing. No, a police force. There's a border where they can't cross without permission. Without permissions or anything like that. But if you was chasing someone down the valley and they got into the town, your role would be to tell the town guard to go and get them. Which is why Hook didn't chase these people. It wasn't his job. That was your job. And I think that might be a good place to leave it, because the next bit is going to be quite long, and I think we've thrown a lot of information at you to digest.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
If that's all right. Well, I hope that has made sense and has been fun for your first session.
Yeah.
I didn't die. It's amazing.
And you actually managed to hit something, which is even more amazing. Or was that Maury who couldn't hit anything?
Yeah,
that was Maury.
That was Maury. Oh, right, it was Maury.
I'm just the one that had a terrible, terrible accident, and then another accident, and then another accident, and then another accident.
That was it, yes. The one king.
I'd like to shout out the leech that killed itself.
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah, I think so. I think the £20 flying leech should now join £700 running man.
So we're all level 24 now, right?
Yeah, you've all gone up at least 24 levels. Yeah, definitely.
Your voice is really low right now.
Me? Oh, right, sorry.
No.
No, not you.
Oh,
Luke.
Luke.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke.
It was like your balls dropped.
Oh, is it doing the Darth Vader thing?
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. That was cool. You should do that all the time. So
Do
what
outro like that.
did you enjoy that? Was that all right, or was
Yeah,
there anything-
definitely.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, been better. Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good.
Just hope
Was it so, Pops? That was your first time. What is it? What you expected, or?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
It was
good.
good.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I was truly terrified by Pobs and that torch.
Listen, I would have killed the rats, and we would have put the
It
fire
would
out.
have
or else
worked,
it
I
would've-
think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much fire you think a bucket of water will actually do. It's a town well. It has one bucket on a chain.
But it was a big room,
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
A big room full of spirits.
Yeah. Full of alcohol, with alcohol on the floor.
Seriously,
So then we get all the experience from all the people who died in the tavern.
And I mean, it just sets
there
fire.
is a
It
sort of
doesn't
logic-
mean it will explode.
Well, eventually it would do, yeah. As the various spirits started to burn and burst their bottles, yes. It'd be quite intense. I mean, something you did miss. There was there's a tunnel at the end of the cellar, but you got out very quickly, so you missed that, unfortunately. But that doesn't actually make any difference.
I think my character has a
God
sudden
damn it, we
urge
missed
to go
Luke.
back in there and look around.
Yeah, well, at the end of the adventure, you can make a note to go back in there and loot Guru's cellar. That's fine. That's no worries.
Now, granted, I wasn't just going to throw it in there. I was going to ask, make sure everybody was ready. You know, I had that plan the whole time.
Oh, did you?
And
You
then
actually,
people
there was a
started-
3-2-1 option here.
And then people started jumping in the hole.
I still
Oh,
don't
I
get
like that,
damn it.
Leroy.
There was a ladder.
I had no intentions of jumping in the hole until video did. I wanted to see if I could land on.
Oh, you was actually aiming for it.
Yeah.
Oh, good man.
And here was
Oh.
my intention to just make a bottle glow so we could see down there.
Oh, that was genius. Yeah, I can understand that.
But then I was in shock.
Yes.
All I wanted was a drink and a nap.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
Potatoes.
and potatoes. Yeah, I just wondered how long you was going to stand outside that door, knocking, saying you got potatoes before. And
Until
I didn't.
someone made him stop.
Yeah. And when I said, "Oh, they're talking about fish and stuff like that," I thought you would have clicked that the window was open, and what you was hearing was the market outside.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh, didn't it? Oh, right. Yeah, the window was
you
open.
didn't? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
So-
that was obvious.
that was what
I
happened.
thought they were talking about fish. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean,
No,
So did I. I thought they were trying to con you into thinking they were merchants of some form.
That's what I thought. I thought they knew you were outside and they were just trying to make like boring conversation.
yeah, no. You could hear the market outside. That's what you could hear. And throwing your cat in there. I mean, gee, what alignment are you?
neutral good.
Try to get your cat
No.
killed.
I didn't
Not-
want to
not the
throw him
best.
in there, just like up there. Just like look inside.
I'm going to have to go in a sec because all my family are beginning to go to bed as they've got school tomorrow. So I will have to call it here, I'm afraid. But I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
All right.
Just hope it was as everyone expected. So we will have to make an appointment for the next time.
Yeah, so it'll be in a month or 2 weeks, right?
That's
That's how
yeah,
it all
so
works.
it's mid-October sometimes.
We'll talk in Discord.
Something like that. We can make it happen.
Yes, excellent.
I'm
Well,
fine with
thank you,
it.
very,
Alright.
thank
I
you
should
very
have
much.
talked to
And
you by then, hopefully.
if anyone's got any questions or character things they want to send off to us, just let us know on Discord, and I'll try and answer them.
Did we actually get experience? Have we leveled up or anything like that?
No, not yet.
I can dream.
I was going to say 3 rats and 2 leeches is probably about 20, 30
We didn't even kill
coins.
the leech.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you get the experience from the leech committing suicide, yeah.
Okay. Both of them, right?
Yeah, yes, you can have experience of both of them for their own stupidity. 2 ones in a row, that was joyous, that was. And I'd had that encounter. That encounter was going to last a little while because I had visions of them stuck to people, and then you're trying to burn them off and things like that. Nope.
That I have to say that picture. Who?
Yeah, I'll tell you something.
Stop looking at it.
I described it to Anne. I said, "This is what I want, but I want it as dark as possible." And she ran with it, and I was so impressed with that. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I could not stop looking at it. That was wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anne for all the awesome art she's done.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to say that picture was exactly what I envisioned. I couldn't have asked for better on that. And dark, blimey. I think we all need to question Anne's psychology now because she went somewhere nasty on that place. I wanted flowers. I mean,
Yeah, you did talk about flowers.
yeah, see, there were flowers there, but no one
Not
picked them.
anymore.
No, yeah, now they're triffids. Yes, short, spiky things with nasty, pointed teeth. Anyhow, I'm keeping everyone awake. So, what's the game tomorrow, Pops?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
More of Tomb Raider.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
Oh,
let's run the
see you
outro.
all tomorrow.
All right. So thank you all so much for watching. This was episode 1 of The Common Company. Piggles, Video, Crow, Ogre, Iron, Charlotte. Thank you all for joining me in this first episode adventure. Anne, you're not here, but thank you for doing all the art. And yeah, hopefully we can do this within the next month and continue on with our story.
I'd like to shout out to Discord for doing all the conversations.
Yeah. Shout out to the tech problems we had.
For talking to
Not
myself for
really,
5
right?
minutes.
As far
Right.
as tech trouble go, we are.
See you later, guys. Take care.
So stay awesome, everybody.
Bye.
And bye-bye now.